Mm-mm-mm. They right there on the thing.
Put the leave-in conditioner in before or after you throw it in?
After, I mean before. But you gotta listen. You gotta yeah, you gotta do it before. Is that leave in?
This is really.
It's leave in. So you don't you do it after you get finished washing your hair. Well, you know you can do it before.
Do it down here?
Yeah.
After. Where at, you see?
Right on the freezer.
Oh.
Good morning, good people. How are you? Good morning, gossip. How you doing? Just waiting on a couple more people to get in here before I get started. People must think I come on at 8 o'clock or something. Must be. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing? How you doing? How you doing? Are you guys not getting notification? I'm trying to figure this out. Ooh, where you been? I'm good. I wasn't on live yesterday because I had something to do yesterday. They had called me again for jury duty again, so. And I can't say no to jury duty. I have to keep going. They'll arrest you here. When you don't go to jury duty here in Atlanta, they they have a warrant out for your arrest. So I had to go. This is my second time going to jury duty. Yeah, so that's what I did yesterday. Well, yeah, I'm on today. We're talking about praying for our kids. So much stuff happening. That topic you put out yesterday, sis, about that boy getting killed. Wow, everybody is just dropping on YouTube. It's sad. Do you see all these kids are committing suicide on YouTube? Good morning, Willie Will. What's up? Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Yeah, and I was looking at that topic, and I thought I would talk about it. Just like, I don't know if you guys heard about that girl committing suicide on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook some months ago, maybe about 6 months ago. I'm in a review to be, yay, really real, congratulations. Let me put it on here. Everybody passing me up. Poor little Trisha. Congratulations, Willie Will. Congratulations, Willie Will. That's awesome. I'm happy for you, Willie Will. Wait a minute, Willie Will. I'm trying to write it down. Willie Will, congratulations. Congratulations. Willie Will, congratulations. Oh, that's awesome, Willie Will. You deserve it. You work very hard. I can't get on live stream all day like that. I wish I could be on live stream all day, but I'd be asleep trying to stay up and try to talk about something all day. But anyway, I'm gonna try to go on like these 2 times a day, but I be trying, and that don't even work out for me. Yesterday I had jury duty, so I couldn't get on live at all. Um, oh, you're very welcome, guys. But yeah, about the kid dying. Did you hear about that girl? Probably about 6 months ago. She God, she videoed her whole when she videoed herself killing herself on live stream on Facebook back here. She hung herself from a tree. I don't know if you guys heard about that. I don't know, but we have to pray for our kids right now. Things are getting bad. Nothing is getting better. You guys, if you got kids, you need to look at their phones, look at what they looking at, and seeing somebody bullying them, because you don't know if these kids are getting bullied. Some parents don't even look at their kids' phone. That's why so much stuff is going on. You guys gotta look at these children's phones and see what's going on. I haven't heard about. Yeah, this probably happened like about 6 months ago. It was all over Facebook. She hung herself in the tree, and she showed it all. And she said, "Bye, everybody. I'm sorry." Like that guy said, he's sorry for this, he's sorry for that. She said the same thing, and she hung herself. It's so much stuff going on. You guys got it. If you got kids, you got to watch out. Look at your kids. Listen to your children. There's a lot of people not listening to their children. They're letting their children do all types of stuff, and they're just simply not listening. Yes, it's sad, sissy. We need to listen to our children just a little bit more, because we don't know. We don't pick up the kid's phone and see what's going on in their phone. That's why we don't know what's going on. Y'all got to pick the kid's phone up and look at them. Wonder why that kid's staying in the room all the time. You just never know what's going on in a kid's mind. Some kids don't tell you what's going on. They just try to deal with it themselves. But when they see they can't deal with them themselves, they end up killing themselves, because they don't think there's no way out. That's why when my kids were growing up, I always talk to my children. You have to talk to your children these days. The way social media is right now, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff is going on. You see everybody doing stuff to themselves because they're getting bullied. I don't know if this guy got bullied or not. Sis, I haven't heard the whole thing about what happened, but I heard it on the news. Then they said he jumped to his death from a bridge. He fell off a bridge. Is that what happened, sis? Do you know? It is so much stuff going on. It's scary. It's scary to let kids go out here. The way the world is going on now, you know, that young man said something that I keep on my mind. He said words and ways. He said word ways. Oh, did somebody bully him? You think so, sis? I'm trying to figure it out. Did somebody bully this guy, or what happened for him to feel this way? What is going on? You just, like I'm trying to say, you don't know people's story, and people are always assuming they know something about somebody, and you don't know what you really, that person probably falling apart. Why you breaking them, hurting their feelings and stuff like that? You just don't know their story, and we're going around doing the most to adults, children. You don't know. You can't do these type of things to people. There's so many people dying because of YouTube, social media. That young man, that young girl who hung herself from a tree, it happened like maybe like 6 months ago, sis, if I'm not mistaken. He had mental problems. Why you didn't watch my whole thing? I did. Girl, you know what? Oh, no, I didn't watch it all. I just looked at it. I looked at something. Sissy, don't start with me because we would be fighting on here today, me and you, right now, through this screen. How about that? But anyway, yeah, yeah, but I don't know why y'all guys haven't heard about the girl who hung herself from a tree outside. I don't know where. I think it was behind her. No, it was behind her mom's house. She hung herself. If you could look it up, it's back here. Maybe a year. I don't know. It could have been. It could be a year, but I don't know where was it located at. But she screamed it on Facebook. So yeah, so that's why we got to take control of our children and find out what's going on in our children's lives. Because some parents don't even know what's going on in their children's life because they're so busy doing them. What I mean by doing them, they're not paying attention what's going on. They're doing their own thing out there, doing their own stuff. Other than asking your children, is there anything wrong with if you see a child distancing himself from you, herself from you all the time, or always overeating, stuff like that? These are signs that something's going on. If you ain't seen your kid doing it or skipping school, these kids skip school because they don't want to get bullied on. So we got to look at these things. Some people overlook these things. It's so sad. I just seen on the news this mother left her newborn in the car. Yeah, that was here in Atlanta. Willie Will. Yes. All these people need children, Willie Will, and you going around putting your child in a bag. These parents can't even, these mothers can't even have kids. Well, women can't even have kids, and you going around putting a child in a trash bag. I thank God that child was still living. Yeah, that was very upsetting, Willie Will. I'm surprised that child's still living. Hey, mommy, son, and movement. How you doing? Make sure your thumbs up the live as you come in. How you doing this morning? Thanks for being here. Yeah. So we don't know what's going on in our kids' life because we're simply not talking to them. I don't know why this young lady put her child in the trash bag. We would never know. Only God knows why she did this to her own child. But this is what I'm talking about in the world today. We got so much stuff going on in the world today, and we don't know. We just don't talk to our children enough. This could have been a young mother. Oh, okay. This could have been a young mother out here doing stupid stuff, but we don't know. I'm talking about the one who left their child in the trash bag. This could have been a young mother. But what the guy was talking about, that other guy, when I'm getting back to that thing again, what the guy was talking about, he said he was sorry for letting his fans down. I mean, if you you don't never know who got mental problems. You just don't know. You don't know who got mental problems. We don't know these things because we don't talk to our children enough. We gotta need to sit down and talk to our children just a little bit more than we do. You know, I thank God that I talk to my children enough to let them know if you need me, talk to me. Don't sit up and say, go in a room and close yourself up, because that's what people usually do. They go in their room, they close themselves up, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But we don't know these things because we're not being parents. We out here letting our own kids be parents. We can't do that. We got to really be a parent to our kid and really mean it when we do it. Because don't say you're a parent and your kids are struggling with something, but you don't know about it. But when you find your child dead, oh, I didn't know that. You know why you didn't know that? Because you didn't pay your kid no attention. A child need attention when they're little. You need to learn those kids, come to me and talk to me when there's a problem. Don't just talk to me when there's a problem. Talk to me all the time. I taught my kids when they were growing up, talk to me all the time. If anything wrong with you, come, let's talk. When you see a kid in the room or overeating and just don't want to go to school, something is wrong. Go to the school and find out. Talk to your children in front of whatever. Just do what you got to do. So many people are losing their lives. And it's just not children anymore. It's grown adults doing the same thing. We got to talk. We got to really talk right while we can, while they're still living. because so many people are losing their lives. And it's sad. And that makes me cry when I see, this young man had everything, everything. Had a nice YouTube channel. His channel would have grown. He was doing amazing. So you just don't know people's stories. So stop assuming sometimes that you know people's story. Hey, good morning, Frank. How are you? Thanks for giving a thumbs up, Frank. You're awesome. Frank, you want to run each other playlists again today? The ones that I didn't do yours, I can do those. And you can do mine too if you can, sweetie. We can help each other out again. Willie will say, then a mother killed her twin girls and told her mother what she was planning to do, and that nerve to stand outside the car after she killed her. Wow. Okay, did you hear about this? This happened here in Atlanta. I think it happened here in Atlanta. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe Florida. Maybe Texas or something. This lady was playing some kind of game with her 2, 3, and 4-year-old or something like the 3 kids, and she ran over one of them. I forgot the name of the game. If you guys look this stuff up, you'll see what I'm talking about. She ran her kids over just a couple times, and then she left. No, she ran them over. It was a 2, a 3, and a 4 years, or a 2, 3, and a 7. I don't know. No, they were all little, but she ran them over, ran one of them over. She was playing some kind of game with them. I forgot what the game was, but if you guys look this stuff up, this is true stuff that's happened, and it's sad. It is so sad. It's so sad. It is so sad. It's sad. Everything that's going on is really, really sad to me. Playing chicken with them. That's what it was, sissy. Yeah, she playing chicken with her little kids. What is this right here? Some people up here ain't right. I'm trying to tell you. Some people upstairs need to be, I don't know. Some people, one can short of a 6-pack. I'm trying to tell you that. Some people mental thing is not right. Y'all got to get y'all mental right. There's no way in the world I'm going to play these type of chicken games with my kids. Who does that? Really? I don't know. That's how you know we are living in our last days, people. We got to wake up. We got to wake up. Our kids are not supposed to be dying before we do. It's just so much stuff going on. You just don't know. Pay attention to our kids just a little bit more, because there's so much stuff going on. Our kids is not supposed to be dying before the parent. These days, the kids are dying. They're killing themselves. They're doing all types of stuff to themselves, and nobody's not listening. These innocent kids are being killed for no reason. Yes, they are, Willie Will. They're getting killed for no reason. Getting killed for no reason. Mentally disturbed. Absolutely. Yes, it's true, Frank. And the parents are mentally disturbed. Something is wrong. That's why I'm trying to say, if you have children, sit down and talk to your children every day on a daily basis. Don't just talk to them one time a week and say that's good. Kids need you. It breaks my Willie Will. It breaks my heart too. Kids need you, but we don't know that the kids need us because we're not there for our kids. We got to be there for our kids all the time. Not sometimes. Be there for your kids all the time. Talk to your kids daily. When my kids were growing up, I made sure I talked to them, because my kids something was always going on in school, especially my older son. It was something always going on in school with him. I want to fight. He always wanted to fight somebody. I told him, stop fighting. Let's talk. What's going on? I don't like the teacher. I don't like the kid. He always wants to be a fighter. He was a fighter. All 3 of my kids are like that, want to be fighters. I told him, stop. Sit down, relax. Let's talk about what's going on. Stop trying to fight everybody all the time. Life is not all about fighting. Let's get to know what's going on in your life. Talk to your children daily. Don't talk to them one day and say that's it. That's why you find people in trash bags. This woman mentally disturbed somewhere. Then you find a young man that killed himself. Something wrong with him too. Maybe his parent wasn't there enough, or maybe he just didn't get the help that he needed. You just never know. You can't assume what was going on in these people's lives. Just like the little 6-year-old killed herself, the one I was counseling, killed herself. Parent wasn't paying attention. I used to come to her house all the time. She drunk half of the time. And you wonder why children do stuff. You drunk, you ain't paying no attention. You laying up with some man, and the little girl 6 years old upstairs killing herself because you ain't paying no attention to her. You drunk, on drugs, doing all the other stuff. We got to pay attention to our children. We got to talk to our children. We got to find out what's going on. Don't assume stuff that's going on right in your children's life, because when you assume, sometimes you be wrong assuming everything. Stop assuming everything is going right, because most of the time when you assume things are going right, they simply are going wrong. Talk to your children a little bit longer. Just get on your knees and pray with your children. Open the Bible up with your children if you got children. If you don't got children, you got nieces and nephews, talk to them too. Talk to your niece and nephew. You don't always have to have kids. You may have family that got kids that need to talk to. They ain't got no father figure around or mother around it, a right kind of mother really. Listen to your kid's story and don't try to tell your story and make it all about absolutely Frank. Yeah. You too busy talking about what's going on in your life. You forgetting about what's going on in your child's life. You forgetting out what made that child feel that way. You too busy wanting to be all about you. It's not all about you. When you got little children, it's all about them. It's all about getting to know what's going on in their life. Not saying, well, I'll go tell the school teacher. Like the girl told the 6-year-old, go tell the school teacher. Who does that? Go tell the school teacher? Lady, what are you there for? Just to sit up and lab around a man? One thing about me, I didn't do that with my kids. And niece and nephews and stuff growing up now, I talk to them now because some of them don't have father figures in their life, don't have the right type of mom going. You just don't know what's going on in kids' life. You would never know because you don't talk to them enough. We need to sit down and learn them about the Bible. This is a lot of parents don't even learn their kids about the Bible. They don't tell them nothing about the Bible. They just send them off to school. Okay, have a good day, Johnny or Susie or whoever. Don't just send your kids off to school. Pray with them in the morning. Pray that things turn out good for you this morning. If you tell that child right before they go to school, if something is not right, you make sure you call your mom. Look at kids' phones these days. People don't even check their kids' phones or iPads. Let me see what's going on your iPad. Why are you acting this type of way? There's a lot of kids do a lot of stuff because people are not paying attention to their children. Pay attention to your children a little bit more. Good morning, Tricia. I am listening while I am driving. Okay, sweetie. Okay. Thank you for being here, Tracy. How you doing this morning? Hope you're having an awesome one. Yeah. So talk to your children a little bit more. Explain to your children that you are there for them. Explain to your children that you love them. Some children don't feel love. That's why they do a lot of stuff to themselves. A lot of people don't tell their children, like me, I tell my children every day, I love you. I want to hear that back from them. I want them to know that they are loved. Some children don't feel love. That's why things happen to them like that too also. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't understand why a lot of children are going around killing themselves. Because like I said, it's social media. It's not just the kids doing it. It's the parents and older people are killing themselves too because of social media. That's why we got to get better. We got to start loving one another. We got to be there for one another other than tearing down one another. We tear down people so much, it is crazy. Just like a young lady back here on YouTube too. She was a beautiful young lady. She killed herself. I don't know if they was picking with her on YouTube. This happened too. Another one on YouTube. I forgot her name too. If you look it up, it was another young lady on YouTube. Not the lady from Facebook. A lady on YouTube too, a younger girl. She killed herself too. I think she was in her 20s. So we got to talk more and be there for our kids no matter what's going on. Just be there for your children. Don't let your children down. So many parents let their children down because they're not there for them, simply not there for them, not there talking to them. So you're really letting your children down. You letting the school raise your kids. The school is not supposed to raise your kids. That's just a teacher. You the adult, you're supposed to raise your own children. You brought them in this world. You're supposed to raise them. Raise your children the right way. Study the Bible with your children the right way. That's why so many children are growing up being thugs, being thieves and stealing and doing all that stuff because you're not raising them the correct way. Someone going around killing one another because they're not getting raised the right way. Yeah, they see that in school, but you still got to come home and talk to your children about just because you see stuff in school, don't you act on it. There's a lot of kids act on stuff what they see in school because their parent haven't taught them at home. Don't act on stuff like that. You're going to see a lot of stuff in school, but we don't want to act on it. A lot of kids act on it because they're not taught at home how to be a child and do what kids do. Don't go around and do what the other person do other than being a follower. Teach your kids to be a leader, not a follower. So mostly parents don't teach their kids to be a leader. That's why there's a lot of followers. A lot of kids follow behind the next one. Just like adults, they follow behind the next adult. They pick with people on social media because the other person pick with kids on social media. A child would pick with somebody on social media because they see somebody else. They're being followers other than just being a leader. Just being yourself sometimes. Everybody trying to be like somebody else. We can't do that. Adults need to take their kids off social media and give them a book to read and talk. Amen, Frank. Yes. I see kids as young as 7, 8 years old having cell phones, talking crazy on cell phones, and people are doing the wrong stuff. They talking to the kids wrong, and they got cell phones saying wrong stuff, cussing and everything on them. But you don't know because you're not picking up the child's cell phone or tablet or whatever they on, looking at it and seeing what they're doing. You just giving them and saying, here, because you busy doing whatever you doing. Mostly moms be busy doing other stuff other than paying attention to their young kids. When those young kids growing up, got so much stuff going on, got so much peer pressure going on, they end up killing themselves because they got peer pressure. You get peer pressure just from being out here in the world, in school. Society give you peer pressure, but you got to talk to your kids when they're going through that type of stuff. There's a lot of kids have mental problems. You don't know because you don't talk to kids. You don't know. That's why half of them, some telling them to kill themselves, they go up killing themselves. Got mental problem. We got to talk to our children just more, a little bit more, and be there for our kids. I don't care if you don't have kids, if you got niece or nephew, cousins, first cousins that doesn't have the right parent in their life, go talk to them. Sometimes all kids needed somebody to talk to them. Sometimes all kids need somebody to say that they love them. There's a lot of parents don't say I love you. They don't say that. And then sometimes kids are missing that. My mother never told me I love you. Yeah, when kids don't tell, when you don't hear that from your parent, a kid, they're going to say, oh, my mother never told me I loved me. She loved me. And so they start acting out for attention. Most of the kids do a lot of stuff for attention. Reason why they do stuff for attention, because they're not getting attention at home. When you're not getting attention at home, you can go out and get attention the best way you can. If it's slitting your wrist, doing crazy stuff to yourself just to get attention, that's what you're going to do. But sometimes people do that and end up killing themselves, slitting their wrist. They may slit the wrong artery or something, anything, and you end up killing yourself because those people are not getting, your mother and your father are not giving you attention. We need to sit down with our children, tell them to put that cell phone down and pick up a book, like Frank said, and read it. Read a book. Read something that help you. Open up a Bible and read a chapter out of Bible, young lady or young man. Stop looking about foolishness. So much stuff is going on YouTube, on Facebook, and people now these days, they following suits. They're going around killing themselves because the other person is killing themselves. They're going around commit suicide because they see this is the way out. That is not the way out. You got to tell your children that is not the way out. That's an easy way out, but that's not the right way out. God didn't say die yet. God didn't take you away from here. So that's really committing a sin. But children don't know that. They just hurt so bad. They got so much pain on them. So they think that's the only way out for them is just killing themselves. Children don't know that. You're not talking to your children for them to know that. That's why I always make sure I talk to my children one at a time, even if I have to go in one room at a time and close the door and talk to that person, or we all talk together about something. You have to be there for your kids. You got to know what's going on in your kids' life. You don't know because you're not being parents enough. Half of the kids can't read or Frank, absolutely. Half of the kids can't read and write. Some kids drop out of school, 9th grade, and don't want to go back to school because the parents can care less if they go back to school. They don't say, you better go to school. They're not on their kids. One thing about me, all 3 of my kids graduate. Thank God for that. And I was on my kids. I was on my kids every day because you got to be on your children. You got to be on them about schooling. You got to be on them about bullying. You got to be on these kids about that. You got to be a parent. You got to really be a parent. We are losing our kids every single day. Somebody is committing suicide. Every single day somebody's committing suicide. And it's sad. It breaks my heart to see people young as 6 or probably younger killing themselves. Yeah, killing themselves because, and I think something happened back here, an 8-year-old back here. I don't know if it was in Atlanta. It wasn't in Atlanta, but somewhere else. She killed herself. She got in a fight and something happened. She went home and killed. It's just so much stuff. You just don't know. You just don't know. You would never know if you don't talk to your kids. Don't wait till the worst happened to a child and say, oh, I should have. Stop saying you should have. You should talk to them now while you have a chance. You should start while they're little. That's what people don't do. They wait till their kids get in school and start talking to them. Talk to them while they're little, while they understand. Talk to them while they can understand. When they get 2 or 3 years old, these kids these days, 2 and 3 years old, they understand stuff. They can talk and talk to them about stuff. See what's on their mind. There's a lot of people that have a lot of peer pressure on them, but you don't know that because you're not talking to them enough. You're not trying to figure out what's going on. Do I need to talk to you about anything? Do I need to go to your school? Do I need to find out what's going on? Don't just send a kid to school and say, have a nice day. Do you know that child's story? Was you there to talk to that kid when she came home from school or he came home from school? Did you read the Bible with the children? Did you tell your child that you love them every day? Most people don't tell their children they love them every day. You have to tell your child you love them every day. You have to. That's something we need to do. A lot of people don't do that. They just get up and say, go ahead to school. You better hurry it back here. Did you find out that child okay before she goes to school? Do you know if that child going to school, is they going to skip school because they get bullied on in school? You don't know these things because you're not talking to your children enough. Yeah. Talk to them a little bit more and see what's going on in their lives, because we'll never know because we're not talking. Frank said it's so sad when you go out 12 in the afternoon and see kids on the street who's supposed to be in school smoking and drinking. Yes, yes. It'd be little kids too, 9 and 8 and 7 years old, doing this type of stuff. Because they're not being followers. I mean, they're not being leaders, they're being followers. Because they don't know nothing but to follow somebody, because they're not taught at home how to be a leader. Teach your children how to be the leader, and you'll see less hate. You'll see less suicide. All this stuff. All this stuff comes because the kid is listening to what you do. The kid is looking to what the other person doing in school. Other than you sit down talking to, yes, true, sis. Other than you sit down talking to your children about what's right and wrong. We don't know what's right and wrong because we're not taught that. Mostly people do stuff to themselves because they're not taught the right stuff. They seeing other people killing themselves, so they think that's a good way out. That's not a good way out. That's the wrong way out. Talk to your children. If they need counseling, take them to counseling. I wish I was there to counseling people, children. Yeah, because that's what I do. That's my job. Counsel children. Talk to children every day. Find out what's going on in their life. You would never know what's going on in a child's life if you're going to sit down and watch things happen to them, other than making things happen in their lives. Oh, I'm going to watch her get her life right. How you know watch a child get their life right? Make things happen in a child's life. I used to tell my kids all the time, stop sitting down and watching things happen. Go make things happen. Go make things happen. Be a parent. Be a real parent to your child. You'll see a less suicide. You see a lot of suicide because people are not being parents. You're not telling your children you love them. You send them to school and assuming things are okay. Good morning, Fresh Lemonade. How are you, love? Yeah. And you're assuming things are okay. But they're not. They're not okay. They're not okay because you just send them to school. You say, oh, yeah, she's doing okay. Somebody asks you, how your child doing? Oh, they're doing okay. But did you get up in the morning and say, make sure you call me and let me know if things are okay? I love you. Let's read the Bible before you school. Let's pray together. Pray with your kid before they go to school. Sometimes that's all they need. Sometimes all some kids need these days is just say, I love you. I love you. I love you, whoever. I love you this. I love you that. Just say that sometime. Some kids feel so empty inside because they don't have a parent telling them that they love them. Mostly parents don't say, some parents don't even believe in saying I love you to their kid. But they can surely say I love you to a man, though, can't they? These are your kids. That's just a man. That man come and go. These children are going to stay with you the rest of your life. Stop putting your kids to the end of the corner somewhere and putting the man front, please. My kids come first for me. When my kids was growing up, they were first. If a man can understand, I'm sorry. I know God, when we're married, then that man should come first. But as my kids were growing up, my kids came first. I made sure my kids was okay. We got to make sure our kids is okay. We got to look at our kids and say, hey, you know what? Let's pray together. If something going wrong in your life, come on, sit down and talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Go in the room with that child. Close the door and say, hey, are you okay? Is there a reason why you staying in your room all day? Is there something I need to know about? Is something going on? Is somebody bothering you on social media? Is somebody bothering you in school? These are some type of things you need to say to your kids other than sitting up there assuming things are okay. Maybe that mom didn't know that child had a mental problem, the one died. They loved their relationship more than absolutely, Frank. Maybe that mother didn't know that child had a mental problem. Maybe she did, I don't know. But as a parent, even though he was 20-something years old, as a parent, he was still staying in her house, she should have talked to him and figured out, is something wrong? Why are you feeling so distressed? What's going on? Depressed. Everybody depressed about this. Everybody depressed about this. It's bad. We just suppressed. Hold on a minute. Ooh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, we don't even know what's going on in our kids' life. We just talk. We're just thinking everything, assuming everything is okay when it's not. We don't know if this child was depressed about something. We don't know what was going on. I mean, we just don't know. We don't know if he just had a mental problem or did he get diagnosed with a mental problem. Not. But this guy had the world going on for him. But just what I'm trying to say, you can have everything going for you, but you still don't know that child's problem. You still don't know that child's story because, like I said, people don't talk to their children enough. We got to get and talk to our children a little bit more and find out what's going on because we're losing our children daily. Every day somebody's getting killed, either suicide or just something is going wrong. Fights going on in school, and if the child come home and commit suicide, people talking about one another. Even if it's for the adults too. You're talking about each other, adults talking about one another. Y'all got to stop all that. That's kiddie stuff. And you need to pay attention more to your children. You're not paying attention more to your children because you simply think everything is okay. When things are not okay, this world is not getting better. Everything is getting worse. And that's how I'm trying to tell you, we're living in our last days, but people are not taking heed to that. They're not taking heed to that. They're not listening to what God is saying to him, to them, her, him. You're just not listening to them, or you just want to do things your way now. It's not your way anymore. It's God's way. We got to get a hold of our children while we can before we lose more children. So many people, so many children are gone because of social media, because of YouTube, because of school, because of parents not listening to their children. They don't think they're supposed to raise their children. Just because your kid is 11 to 12 years old, stop letting them raise themselves. That's not, they're not grown. How do you figure a child is grown at 11, 12 years old? They're not grown. They're still children. We got to talk to our children just a little bit more. Pray with our children before they go off to school. Don't say I'm going to pray with my children. Don't pray with them. Yeah, true, sissy. We got to pray with our children. There's a lot of parents don't even have a relationship with their children. They just got children. I had a relationship with my children because I was a parent that when I see something was going on and they looked at funny like something was going on, I would talk to them. Don't just have children and just to be having them. Talk to your children. And then you'll see the numbers probably would drop for suicide. You don't know that person's story because you don't talk to them. You just assuming that child is okay. Oh, she went to school, okay, she was okay. When she went to school, it's basically kids raising their kids these days. Absolutely, Frank. Kids are raising kids. That's why you see so much suicide going on. Everybody killing themselves. Some people don't want to live anymore because of the situation going on. Oh, I just don't want to live. That's what they say. I don't want to live. Like the little girl says she just don't want to live. 5 years old, 6 years old, telling me they don't want to live. That should never be in a person's life. You don't want to live at that age. You got the whole world whole world ahead of you, and you saying you don't want to live. Evidently, that child is not feeling loved at home. She's feeling neglected. Her mother not telling her she loves her. Something making the kids feel that way. It's not just the school. It starts from home. It starts from home first, and then you go to school, and then you get the bigger part of the picture. But people think it starts from school. No, it don't. It starts from being a parent at first. Start at home, because that child going to learn from you from home at first. That child is with you at home first. And then when that child go to school, they're going to get more peer pressure on them. But if you're not teaching them at home first about that they're going to have peer pressure when they get to school, let's talk about what's going on in school. They're just going to go to school and get that peer pressure. They're going to feel that there's no way out, so they're going to end up committing suicide. Yeah. So I wish I was a counselor to a lot of children. Other than just Atlanta, I wish I could go around the world and counsel children, and just other than just being where I'm at doing it, because it'll make this world a lot better place. We have more counselors in the world to do stuff. Goes back to the parents, Frank. Yeah, absolutely. But parents always blame it on the school. I see it all the time. Oh, I'm good. I'm a good parent. I teach my kid good. If your kid was so good, if you teach your kids so good, why they feel so lonely and distressed? If you're a good parent at home, that child wouldn't feel lonely. And if she does, or if he or she does feel lonely, sit and talk to them. What is wrong with you? What is going on in your life? Do I need to go back to the school with you? Should I sit in your class with you? I should sit in my kids' class. Because they was telling me somebody picking on them or this and that. I should come go sit in his class. Especially my son, because he was a fighter. He wanted to fight everybody. So I had to go to sit in the school. I remember he pulled one girl out the chair. I told him, boy, if you ever. So I had to go there into school. Hey, my virtual world, how are you? Thanks for being here this morning. Welcome to the live stream, love. Yeah, so I had to go to the school for my son because he was horrible. Because can't blame themselves, so they have to blame somebody. Absolutely, they can't blame themselves, so they got to blame everybody else. When a kid gonna learn from you, the kid's gonna learn whatever you teach them from home. It starts from home first, and then once they get to school, I'm glad you're here. Also, thanks for being here, my virtual world. You're awesome. Yeah. So we got to learn to love one another. Be there for our children when our children need it. Even when our children say I'm okay, you still go in the room and talk to that child. A lot of kids say they okay and don't be okay. But you as parents gotta say, you know what? Let me go see what's going on with my child. This child seem off a little bit. Something ain't right. When you see a child eating all the time or eating or just doing crazy stuff, you know what I mean for my virtual world? Eating or overeating all the time, or when you send them to school, they're going another way. They're changing clothes, or if they're not changing clothes. Some kids you send them on the school bus. I had a foster girl one day. Her mom, I guess before she came to my house, she was just treated the wrong way, and she was telling me how she used to get on the school bus and go the opposite way when she got to school because she didn't have her mom wasn't there for her. Her mom was on drugs, and she was just telling me all about it. And once she got in my house, and being that I took care of her. I made sure she went to school and did what she had to do. She said she wasn't feeling love. That's what I'm trying to say. Most of the children are not feeling love. That's why they do the stuff they do. They don't feel love. Yeah. She just wasn't feeling love. It wasn't true. My virtual world. She wasn't feeling love. She said she felt like killing herself. This was a foster child of mine. She was like 15 years old. She said her mom wasn't about nothing. She hated her mom. Sometimes your kids will hate you for the things that you do to them when they're little. And you wonder, why my kid hate me? Girl, please. Why your kid hate you? You're not there for her. Yeah, it's very sad, my virtual world. You got to be there for your kids. Stop saying that you're a good parent. How you know you're a good parent? Do you know the reason, the meaning of being a good parent? A good parent is being there to talk to your children. Be there for your children always, not sometimes. Stop being a part-time mother. Be a full-time mother. If you had those kids, we got to be a full-time mother, not a part-time mother. Is God full part-time to us? No. We are all God's children, and He's full-time to all of us. So you guess what? We got to be full-time to our children. Those children didn't ask to come in this world. You brought them in here. So if you brought these children in this world, you got to be a full-time mom to these children. Be there for those children always, not sometimes. You'll see less suicide if we're there for our children. You'll see less suicide if you talk to your children. Stop sending your children to school and say, let the teacher do it. That's not the teacher's job. The teacher's job is to teach your children their job. Yes, got to be a full-time. Yeah, it's not enough of that. Oh, I'm going to send my children to school. Oh, they'll be okay. How you know your children going to be okay? Did you talk to your children last week? Did you talk to your children today? They don't. Most of the people don't tell their children get on your knees and pray. You have to be a parent to your children. You got to ask your children every day, is something wrong? Is something that I need to talk to you about? Do you need me for something? I love you. Give me a hug. I'm here for you. If you feel lonely, I am here. Tell your children this. There's a lot of children feel so lonely. You don't know they feel lonely because you don't talk to them. Work overtime. Absolutely, sis. Work overtime with your children. Stop being part-time parents. Be a full-time parent. Some parents don't know how to be parents. It's very sad, Frank. Some parents just don't know how to be parents because half of the time it's young parents raising kids. What I mean by young parents, like 16 years old having kids. So how are you going to be a parent? How are you going to tell that kid don't commit suicide? How are you going to tell them this stuff and you young yourself? I'm so glad my kids are doing good at school, and I talk to them every day. That's good, my virtual world. Always continue talking to your children because let me tell you something. The way the world is going on out here, you never know what's going on. And every day somebody is dying because of a child. Because of another child bullying them. And it's peer pressure. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm coming back. Coming back. Yep. Yeah. We got to talk to them a little bit longer and do what we got to do as parents. Do the right stuff. So many people don't do it. They're doing the wrong stuff. Supposed to be talking to their children, ain't talking to them enough. Just not doing the right stuff. Talk to them more. Be a parent. Stop letting your kids be the parents. So many kids. You know what? Another thing. So many kids got so much stuff on them. Have you ever noticed a child taking care of their kids, taking care of the parents' kids, and that's pressure. That's a lot of pressure because a parent is letting the other kid be the parent while she out partying in the bars. And this kid got so much on her mind or his mind because they're trying to take care of their brothers and sister. That could cause somebody to commit suicide because you got so much stuff going on and you don't know which way to turn because that parent, your mother is letting you take care of your sister's siblings. That should never happen in the world. You had those kids. They didn't have those children. There's so much stuff going on. That's why we got to talk to our children every day on a daily basis. Don't talk to your children sometimes. Talk to your children every single day. Don't stop talking to them. Keep on talking. Yes, we got to talk to them. Yes, it's really sad, my virtual world. We don't talk to our children. We send them off to school and say, hey, okay, have a good day. But do you know that child's story? Did you know what that child was struggling with last night? Do you know if that child going to school? Is that child happy? Is that child lonely? These are some of the things you need to ask your children. Are you sad about something? Is something bothering you? Are you lonely? Am I giving you enough attention? If not, please let me tell me if I'm not giving you enough attention. I want to give you as much attention as I can give you. Tell your kids these, because some parents don't give their kids enough attention. When your kids are little, they need attention. They need a lot of attention. I think kids need attention all the way until they're 18 years old. Give them attention that they need. Because let me tell you something, it's just not the little ones taking their life. It's even the older ones, just like the 29-year-old guy. I think he was 29-year-old one from YouTube. He had all his world, he had the world in front of him. He was doing amazing on YouTube. But we don't know his story. We don't know what was going on with him. He jumped up the bridge. You just don't know. I don't know. They said it was mental problem. I don't know. He had mental issues. I don't know. You just don't know what's going on in people's lives. You don't know why people do such things that they do. We just got to pray for them every day. Don't stop praying for your children. Don't stop believing in your children. When your children tell you something, go and listen, find out about them. Listen to your children. Some people say, oh, she telling a lie. How you know? You don't know because you don't listen to them. Listen to them and tell your children that you love them. If you don't tell your children you love them, start telling them that. Say, I love you. And if you need me for anything, I am here for you. I'm never going to leave you. Let your children know that you're never going to leave them. Had to share out your children. Oh, thank you so much, my virtual world. You're awesome. Yeah. Tell your children every day that I need you. If you need me, I'm here. I'm here for you every day. Go in the room, close the door with your child if you have to, and say, hey, let's talk. Sit down, let's talk. You ain't going nowhere. Sit down, let's talk. What's going on? And then they'll tell you. Most of the kids come home crying, close themselves in the room crying because somebody picking with them in school. You never know that because you don't talk to your children. Oh, and they come out the room like ain't nothing happened. They done cried their whole eyes out. But you don't know that because you land up with some man, or that man land up with some woman is not paying attention to the children that's in front of you crying out for your help. They're crying out for your help, but you're ignoring them. Stop ignoring your children, people. Gosh, do you see how many people we are losing a day? If you look up how many people have committed suicide a day, hey, good morning, she's so crazy. How are you, Tracy? Yeah, we're losing our children by the dozens. Every day somebody is dying. My heart goes out. Yes, it's facts, I'm virtual well. My heart goes out to that little young man. We don't know what that man's story was. Mostly people would never know his story, but he jumped off a bridge though. And he even apologized to his fans and everybody before he done all this. He did this live. Just like the young lady hung herself behind her house. It hurts my soul about what's going on. Yes, it does, my virtual well. Just like the young lady hung herself behind the house of her home house. But I guess her house was further away somewhere. But she hung herself. You just don't know people's stories. Don't assume you know everything about your children. Because sometimes, most of the parents don't know nothing about their children because they're not there for them. They just had kids. but they don't know nothing about them. They can't tell you nothing about their children. Oh, I think she went to school. You think. Be a parent. Stop saying you think something about a child. Who does that? Know about your children. I knew about my children. I'm not going to send my children to school and have them feeling some type of way. No, you want to talk to your children. If you see your child coming in the house looking kind of crazy, you're like, something wrong? And they tell you no, you say, something wrong. You go talk to them. Don't say, okay. Go talk to them. Stop laying up with these men and laying up with these no good women or whatever, and just start being there for your children more. Just like the little 6-year-old. She gone. Her mother, I could go over there every day. She drunk. Can't even get in the door half of the time. But the little girl not here no more, but she's still a drunk though. Oh, why? And then you holler out, why, when somebody done, when your kid died. Pay attention to the children. Absolutely, sissy. They're not. You're not paying attention. A child could be smiling in your face, and at nighttime, boo-hoo tears. Oh, I don't want to go to school no more, but I didn't tell my mom. You better find out what's going on with your children. Pray with your children on a daily. Don't pray with your children sometimes. Pray with your children all the time. Don't pray sometimes. So many people pray just sometimes with your children. Oh, I'm going to pray sometime with her. Really? You think that's going to do something good? Hold your child in hand in the morning time and pray with her. Tell God to watch over that child from head to toe. Yeah, you have to say that. Right, us as parents got to be on top of things. Yeah. My virtual world, they're not on top of things. Everybody's doing the wrong stuff. Everybody living the wrong way. Nobody's there for each other anymore. Even adults, they getting bullied on every day too. There's adults probably done killed themselves, just like the 29-year-old. I think he was 29. He killed himself. We don't know these people's problems because we just don't know. We don't know what was going on in that person's mind. We don't know if they got bullied on social media. Mostly people get bullied on social media every day, and they don't want to get on social media no more because they done got bullied. Oh, I'm not going to get on here no more. Every time I get on here, they talk about me. Stop worrying about what people say about you, even adults. I tell you as a Christian, stop worrying about what people say about you. Stop letting people steal your joy. You are amazing. You are awesome, just the way you are. That goes for adults that want to commit suicide. Stop worrying about what other people say about you. This is the way this world is. People are going to talk about you till the day you die. And when you die, guess what? They still going to talk about you. They still going to say something bad about you, and you're gone. That is just the way the world is. But stop letting the world get to you. Move on from it. Don't worry about this world. This world is bad. This world is dangerous. This world is very evil. Everybody's hating one another. Nobody loving nobody no more. And the kids are facing it now. The kids are getting the backlash of everything. Yes, I know. I've been seeing it all around the world. Has become so sad. Yes, it is my virtual world. It's very sad. Like I said, it's just not the kids. It's the adults getting bullied on every day. They don't want to get on social media. I don't think a kid should be on social media at 7 and 8 years old. That's just me. I don't care about what your kids do, but my kids are not going to be on there like that. I wouldn't put them on there and let them get in all that peer pressure because it's always somebody in the little corner somewhere don't like what they do. So they're going to start talking about them, talking about their hair, talking about the way they look. You know, kids are mean to other kids. So by a kid being mean to another kid, they're going to end up hurting themselves because they don't like what the child is saying. That's why it's not good to put a child on social media so young. Wait a while before you put them on social media. And when you do let them get on social media, look at their channels more. Yeah, look at what they're putting on there. Look what they're writing about. There are so many predators out here. There's so many people are not meaning you no good out here, and you just throwing your kids out to social media. Go ahead, girl. You can make a page. Go ahead. You can make a channel. Do you know what's on your Do you know what's on your child's channel? I agree. Kids should not be on social media. No, they shouldn't. That's absolutely true, Tracy. 7 to 8 years old is entirely too young for a child to be on social media. I think a child should be on there when they're up in age. Because you're getting bullied now. Because like right now, like I'm saying, right now, everybody getting bullied on social media. And it starts with the little kids. No kid should ever say they wish they died at age 6. No children should say they wish they died at age 6. You're getting bullied at school. That's why they're saying these things. Parents are not being parents. Parents are not talking to their children enough. They're not being there for their children enough. So that's why kids say they wish they died. You got to talk to your children. You got to be a parent, not act like a parent, be a parent. Stop laying up with these old men or stop laying up with these old women. Just be there for your kids. Mostly children are raising more children. That's why they have so much peer pressure on them. That's why a lot of children end up killing themselves, because they got so much pressure that a parent should have, not a children, not a child. A child taking over an adult, being an adult at age 9 and 10. I see a lot of 9, 10 years old raising their little kids, raising little babies. Really? Y'all got to wake up and smell the coffee and know that, hey, you know what? This world is coming to an end. This world is coming to an end really, really soon. And we better talk to our children while we can, or we're going to continue on losing children every day. And we're going to lose them on a daily. Every time I look on news, somebody is getting killed. Somebody is committing suicide. But like I said, that's the latest about that young man. They had all these fans. We didn't know his story. We don't know nobody's story. We don't know nobody's story, but we still just going around hurting each other. You don't know that person's story. You don't know what that person had to do to get there. You don't even know an adult story. But everybody on social media assume you know everybody's story. Oh, that person, this and that. Do you know that person's story? You don't know it. Stop assuming. Do God assume with you? No. The stuff that you do, God don't even do to you. The way you hurt children, the way you go around mistreating children, God don't even mistreat you. No matter what you do, he's still there for you. When you're going around dogging people, talking about people every day. That's horrible. Wake up, people. Smell the coffee and know that God is in control of your life. Be a parent to your kids. Stop letting your kids raise themselves. Talk to your children more. Don't let your children go to school and find out the hard way that this is the way to be when it's not the right way. Children find out the hard way all the time by going to school, listening to what other people say. Peer pressure, that's what it is. That's what it's called, peer pressure. You're getting all this stuff from school, getting it all from social media. Yeah. Let me see what, my verse said, I check my kids' stuff off the time. They really don't be on social media like that, which is good. But I have 2 older children, 13 and 12. My youngest is 9 now, so either way, we got to be protected. Yeah, absolutely, my virtual world. Babies and really be there for them. Yes, we do. Yeah, you know what? That's another thing, my virtual world. We need to check their stuff. There could be stuff in your children's book bag you don't know. You don't check it. You don't check their stuff. You don't go to their channels and say, let me see what you got. Let me see what you're writing on. Let me see what you're talking about. There's a lot of kids that's so secretive, but you don't know what they're doing because they're not showing you, because you're not asking to see. You're not just being a parent and just go see. Ain't nobody gonna tell me they ain't gonna let me see that. I'm gonna pull it out their hand and look at it myself. You're a child, girl. Be quiet. Let me look at this stuff. Be a parent to your child, and you'll see less suicide. So many people are hurting and in pain. We don't know they're hurting and in pain because we send our children off to school and we don't know if they're in pain or not. Yeah, that part, absolutely. You never know what's going on with a child. You send them, they so in pain. There's grown folks are in pain. Yeah, so many people are insane. Yeah, true, Tracy. There's so many people are in pain and you don't know they're in pain. But you assume you know their story just by looking at somebody. How do you know somebody's story by looking at them? Oh, she ain't, oh, I don't, Do you know that person's story? Do you guys know my story? I may be smiling up here. You don't know if I cried last night. You don't know what I did. You don't know if I wanted to commit suicide last night. You don't know what I did. All you know is I'm in front of you guys smiling. Hey, just like a child. You don't know if that child cried last night. You don't know if that child had thoughts of suicide. All you know is that child smiling the next day. So stop assuming you know somebody's story all the time, because you don't. You don't know nobody's story. That goes for an adult and a child. You don't know their story. Just because that child come in from school and say, hey, Mom, did you go upstairs and say, hey, how was your day? Hey, I love you. Did you do that? Or you say, oh, yeah, hey, go do your homework. Sending them off, send them on off upstairs. Don't ask them, how was your day? Do I need to talk to you about anything? Do you want to talk about anything? Most of the kids don't talk about nothing because you don't ask them how was their day. You don't say, I love you. You just send them on upstairs because you got the world against you. That's why. That's why. You think they're doing good when they're not. My virtual world says, that's why I tell people that you never know what somebody is going through, just only what they show you. Absolutely, virtual world. Like I said, you guys don't know my story. All you see me smiling. You don't know if I cried last night. You don't know if I had thoughts of suicide. You don't know nothing. But so many people assuming they know everything about you. Oh yeah, she this and she that. Oh, he this or he that. Oh, that little boy did this, and you don't know that little boy's story. You don't know that little boy's story. All you know is what you see in front of you. All you guys know what you see in front of you. So you assume, oh, Trisha's okay. She doing good. Oh yeah, she got her stuff together. How you know I got my stuff together? Because I'm on live stream and I'm smiling every day because I got my hair all done up. So you think you know my story? You don't know that story. Just because that child looking good every day, going to school, dressing real good, do you know that child's story? Did you know that child tried to commit suicide last night? Did you know that? No, you don't know that because all you thinking about is what they looking like. Stop doing that because you may be wrong. You may be wrong about the person even talking to you right now, as me. Right, we definitely don't know it. Right, you don't know that. I could be smiling at you. You don't know what I thought about last night doing. You don't know what that child thought about last night. That child could be well groomed, dressed up really nice, haircut and everything, but you don't know what type of child that is. You don't know what that child went through last night. You don't know if that child had a rope around him, wanted to kill himself. Did you know that? No, you didn't know that because it's simply as parents, we didn't talk to them enough. You got to sit down. You have to talk to children on a daily basis. Don't say I talk to my children and you don't do it. Don't say I was there for you, that child, and you wasn't there. When you find that child dead upstairs in your room somewhere. Oh, I didn't know that was going on. You know why you didn't know what was going on? Because you simply didn't talk to that child enough. We got to talk to our child all the time, not sometime. We got to pray with our child. Hold your child's hand and pray with them. Pray with them about stuff that's going on in their life. Let them know that you are there for them always, not sometime, always. Don't say, oh, they're okay. How do you know they're okay? Because they're your child. Oh, I know my child. Sometimes you don't know your children. Once you let the social media get to your children, once you let these schools get to your children, you don't know them no more because you're not simply talking to them no more. There's kids hide cigarettes inside their book bag. There's kids smoke and you don't even know that. Oh, my kid don't smoke. Did you check your child's book bag? Did you check the dresser drawers, under the dresser drawers, under the mattress? You don't know these things because you're not paying attention. We're not being parents. We're just letting our kids raise themselves. Right, it's true. Stop letting your children raise themselves. We all got something to do in this world. We got to raise our children the correct way. Everybody got a story, whether it's good or bad. I got a story, you got a story. But we want to get beyond that story and live the right way and pray about our story. Don't stay stuck in that little corner somewhere that you can't relieve from that story. Everybody got them, but some people don't come out their story. Just like the people that committed suicide. They had a story, but they couldn't face what was going on, so they killed themselves. You just don't know people's story. So stop assuming people. Get to know people for who they are. Stop bashing one another. Stop bashing little children that doesn't even have a chance in the world. You're going to make them kill themselves before they even have a chance to even get big and grow up. And then the ones that grow up don't even have a chance on social media because everybody talking about everybody on social media. Oh, he ain't doing a good job. Oh, she ain't doing a good job. Oh, she ugly. Oh, she fat. She skinny. I hear that all day long. Oh, she fat, she skinny. Oh, she had a big head. Oh, this and that. Oh, this and that. Stop. We are here to love one another, not talk about one another, not tear each other down like we tear these children down every day. You send your children to school and don't know nothing about them. Just because you raise them, you still don't know nothing about them. Oh, she all right? Are you sure she all right? Did she cry last night? Did you hear her cry last night? Mostly children are lonely. That's why they end up committing suicide because they don't think they have nobody to turn to. So they say, the best thing for me to do is just go ahead and take my life. So that's what they end up doing because they get lonely. When you get lonely like that, you do stuff like that. I don't know why it happens, but it happens. It's either happening, it happens in adults too. It's not just children. It happens in adults too. Adults go around killing themselves too every day because of social media, because they can't take what people say. Let me tell you something. As an adult, people are going to talk about you. People are going to talk about you whether you're doing great, whether you're doing excellent, or whether you're not doing what you think you're doing at all. You got to understand. You got to be strong when it comes to social media because people are going to bash you every single day. I don't care if you're living for God, if you're not living for God, if you're doing the right thing. People are still going to bash you. That's just the way the world is. But we got to be strong. Strong when you messing with social media, You got to be a strong person. You have to have a strong mind, because if you don't, social media will tear you down. It will tear you down. It will tear your children down. Some children are not very strong. Some parents, some older adults are not very strong either. When they hear somebody saying something wrong to them, they don't want to be around the children. I mean, they don't want to be, they just end up killing themselves because they can't take it. Children can't take it. There's a lot of easy children can't take what get dished out on social media. But we got to stand tall and say, and come together as a team and stop being broken apart. This person talking about this person, that person talking about that person, this person don't want to help this person. Stop. It is enough of that in the world. It is so much of that going on in the world. And you see it's not getting no better. Why would you want to be part of this group? Oh, I'm going to make her life a live in this. I'm going to make his life a live in this. Or I'm going to make sure they get off this. Guys, grow up. We are not kids anymore. Stop. Stop doing it to adults. Stop doing it to kids. Stop doing it to other kids. Stop making that kid feel bad about going to school. Stop making that kid want to skip school because they don't want to be around the other kids. Because they think the kid going to talk about them or the kid going to bully on them. Some kids I see bringing money home to other kids. Bring money home to kids because of other kids saying, I'm going to beat you up. You guys got to wake up, smell the coffee, and know that you got to be in control of your children's life. Stop letting your children raise themselves. Stop letting your children go to school and you don't know what's going on in their life. Stop letting the teacher raise your children. That is not the teacher's job to raise your children. You're absolutely right. I agree. Yeah. Stop letting your children raise themselves. They're going around raising themselves. They're going to school looking rugged. They're not keeping themselves clean because they're raising themselves. You're not getting up in the morning telling them, hey, you know, did you do this? Let's do this. Let's get ourselves together before we go to school. You just sending them off to school because you laying up with somebody. Most of these parents are laying up with somebody. That's why half of the kids are committing suicide. Because most of the parents are laying up with some guy or the man laying up with some woman and they ain't worrying about what the kid is doing in school. Not worrying about it. So if you're not worrying about it, that's why kids do so much crazy stuff. I worry about kids. That is my job, to worry about kids. So that's what I do every day. I worry about kids. I talk to kids on a daily. I talk to kids to have them cut themselves up, say they want to commit suicide. I have had the most in my little group. And I have to be there for them. I have to be able to talk to them and know what I'm talking about. Everybody you talk to don't know what they're talking about. So you got to be there to talk to that children, to help them out. That's what counselors do. They help them out of a situation. Yeah, we got to be there. Hey, good morning, 320. How are you doing this morning, sweetie? Thanks for coming along, girl. Yeah, so we got to talk to them on a daily. Be there for them. Don't let another child slit her wrist. Don't let another child commit suicide because you simply wasn't there for them. Don't let another child say they're lonely, they sad. Everybody gets sad, but talk to the child and ask them why they're sad. Did I do anything wrong? Is there anything happening in the school that I need to know about? Don't just send a kid to school and say, well, then just find, if you need me, just call me. I'm gonna be laying down. When a kid come home from school, you ask that child, are you okay? Let's sit down and talk at the kitchen table. Anywhere, just talk to your child. Talk to your child. Don't assume things are going right in your child's face just because they're smiling. Like I said, I can be smiling every day, but did you know what I did the night before? Did you really know? You don't know these things because you're assuming that I'm okay because I'm on live stream. Did you check and say, hey, Trisha, are you okay? I didn't see you on live stream yesterday. What happened? You never know. You never know my story because I didn't tell my story out there. I could be smiling with you every day, and I could have wanted to commit suicide last night. When you don't know people's story, you can't assume that you do. You don't know their story, so stop assuming that you know everything about somebody. Oh, my child wouldn't do that. Are you sure your child wouldn't do that? Do you really? Are you sure? Do you talk to your children on a daily? So don't say you know your child wouldn't do that because you don't know that. I worry about my kids, how they do at school. I always talk to the teachers and ask how everything is going at school. That's what you need to do in my virtual world. That's absolutely wonderful. Yeah, we got to talk to our children. Even go up to the school and find out. Like I said, some children don't tell you stuff. When children don't tell you stuff, go up to the school and find out what's going on. Pick up their phone and look at their phone and see what's going on. Some kids be crying upstairs, crying their eyes out when they come down. Hey, Mom. You don't know that person's story because they're not telling you nothing. All they telling you is, hey, how you doing? So you think everything is okay. Like people assume they know people's story on YouTube, even when adults think they know the other adult story. Do you know when you called that person fat last night, how that person felt? Did you think about how that person felt when you called them fat and ugly? Adult, and they got, hey Gladys, hey, how are you, love? Thanks for being here this morning, sweetie. Yeah. So did you really know that person's story? You didn't know it. But you assuming you knew it. That person you call fat and ugly the whole night, and she get on live stream this morning and she kill herself in front of you. What do you think about that? But you called her fat and ugly yesterday before she got on live stream. Did you know these things? Did you even think about these things? Or you just said to yourself, oh yeah. Oh, she can take it. She's an adult. All adults can't take stuff that you dish out to them. You have to understand that. Just because you dish out something to somebody, that doesn't mean they can take it. Right, you don't know their story, Frank. We don't know nobody's story. You guys don't know my story. I don't know you guys' story. You don't know. Sometimes some of you people don't even know your kid's story because you're not there for them. You're not there for them. Why you're not there for them? I don't know. You're not there for them because you're too busy laying up with some type of man over here, or the man laying up with some type of woman and sending the kids to school, and the kids don't know if the kid's happy or not. You don't tell your kids you love them. Tell your kids you love them every day. Don't tell your kids you love them sometimes. Tell them every day. Kids like to hear that. I was a kid before. I want to hear somebody tell me they love me. A kid want to hear the same thing. I love you, baby. Are you having a good day in school? Come talk to me about your life. Sit next to you and talk to them. Adults aren't listening to them. They're not listening at all, Frank. Everybody letting their kids be parents. Everybody letting their other kids raise their siblings. You had those kids. How are you going to have another kid raise their other children, their other sibling? Who does that? People here on YouTube, people in general do that. Let the other kids raise the other kids. Stop. That child didn't have that kid. And you wonder why people want to kill themselves. They got peer pressure on them. Oh man, my mommy let me raise my kids. I didn't get enough sleep last night. I'm just so stressed out. That child should have had all the sleep in the world. You should have been the one doing this. But you laying up in the bed with Tom, whoever. People here on earth. Yes, people here on earth. Absolutely, Frank. So what we got to learn to do is be more cautious with our kids. At one time, kids came first. Women would even say they don't no more. They don't say it no more. That's sissy. Nope. Everybody put the kids in the back burner like they do their enemies out here. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna put my kids back there. I'm gonna be for my kids until the day I die. I'm gonna be here for my kids. When my kids need somebody to talk to, I'm gonna be that ear to listen to. That's how my mom was. My mother made sure when she see a sad face coming out, come here, let's talk. Come on, sit down, let's talk. And like now today, as I'm an adult, she always asks me, are you doing okay on social media? Are you doing okay? She want to know these things. You know, it is not just a YouTube thing. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's an everywhere thing. You right about that? Yeah. So we got to understand, talk to our children more, be there, be a good ear to the children. Let them listen to what they got to say to you. Some kids are afraid to tell you what they got to say to you because you're not the person that want to listen to them. Some parents don't listen to their children. They send them off to school. Oh, you go ahead and do your thing. You go ahead. You be all right. How you know that child going to be all right? You just looking at that child smiling every day, so you think they're all right. Those are the ones that hurt the most, the ones that smile all the time. Those are the ones being in a lot of pain. I took my son out of school and homeschooled them in junior high. My daughter had a girl, took a picture of her in the shower, and I texted to, wow, 320. That is horrible. Really? See how mean people are? Wouldn't do. Sis, I'm getting ready to drive, but I'm here. Okay, thank you, sis. Would do anything about it. My daughter was home. Oh, wow. See, the school don't do nothing. The school don't. 320. Wasn't that crazy, my virtual world? 320. The school don't do nothing about your kids no more. That's what I'm trying to say. We have to be parents. I had to take my son out of school too, but it wasn't because of bullying. He was fighting. He just would get mad and start fighting people for no reason. I mean, not for no reason. It was a reason why, but his temperature was just like that. So I took him out of school and did homeschool with him because I didn't want him to get in trouble with nobody. He just didn't want nobody to say nothing wrong to him. Like the teacher say something wrong to him, he would just go off. I told him, you know what, you need to be homeschooled. So I took him out and got him homeschooled. And you know, he grew up to be a wonderful man. Wonderful young person. So you know what? When you talk to your kids a lot and be there for your kids. Like I said, mostly parents don't talk to their children. They just send them off to school and say, have a good day. Other than saying, sit down sometime and pray with your children. Pray to God that they pray for them from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet. Pray with them. Let them know, God is in control of your life. Certain things ain't the school's job. They always say us parents should be involved. Of course, parents should always be involved in schools, my virtual world. They should be always. Which they are, right? Absolutely. Teacher's job is not to raise your children. That is not that teacher child. The teacher's job is to teach that children. Teach their education. To show them what education is. Teach them the right stuff. A teacher's job is not to babysit your children and teach your children stuff what you should be doing at home. We should teach our children what it is to be a good person. Do right, respect each other. We need to teach our children that. If you let a teacher teach your children how to respect people, they ain't gonna respect nobody. I mean, if somebody in school teach them, because they looking at what the other person is doing. That starts from home. I don't care what nobody say, but that starts from home. 320 said, yeah, my kids too jealous. Kids are brutal. Oh my goodness, 320, they are horrible now. Nobody is not for the right stuff no more. Frank saying some of these parents have an old school parent where they don't talk to them about really. They don't, Frank. They don't talk to them about anything. They just let them raise themselves. Yes, it's teach everything, anything, than all of us parents. Absolutely, my virtual world. They don't care no more. Let me tell you, my virtual world. Everybody is going around doing the wrong stuff. All the kids are not loving one another no more. Everybody hating on one another. These kids now these days, they say the most. I see a lot of kids cussing their parents. I see a lot of younger parents getting cussed out by their kids. And they don't want nothing to do with their children. I seen one day in the store, this boy was just cussing his mom out. And she said, you better stop. Boy, oh boy. I would have took that boy in the bathroom and tore his butt up. Against the rules or not against the rules. You don't fuss at me and talk to me any kind of type of way and I'm supposed to stand there and listen to it. You got life twisted. I'm not that parent. No. I don't care if they did say don't beat your children. I'm going to tear your butt up. You fussing at me and disrespecting me in the store. Yeah. So, people don't do that no more because the law got that you can't hit your kids no more. So if the law got that out there, kids hold that against you. Oh, you can't hit me. They'll hold that stuff against you because they say you can't hit them. Yeah, that's the law, all right. Yeah, but like I said, yeah, we got to be in our children's life all the time. Don't be in your children's life sometime. Don't go around, you sleep while that child going to school. Or when that child come home from school and that child looking sad and you don't talk to them. You just let them go straight up the steps. Oh, I'm going upstairs. I'm just doing what I got to do because of a child. Wake up. Smell the coffee. Be there for your kids. Stop letting your kids raise the other child. That poor young man is not here today because of something that he was going through. Either mental illness or whatever it was. He jumped over a bridge. The devil is a lie about the law. Absolutely. Oh, Frank, you better say it again. You don't know what that child was going through when he jumped over that bridge. He ended his life and he stood up on social media, on YouTube and said, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry to my fans. I'm sorry to my mother. I'm sorry to my sister. I'm sorry to my brother. I'm sorry to my mother. And he jumped over a bridge and killed himself. Ooh, that breaks my heart when I think about it. I thought about that last night. I said, oh, we can talk to our children more. It's not the kids weren't like this before. I had shot beat out of me in school. But these days, they have more public outlets than the humility of others. Right. You need to say, I was the same way, honey. My mother didn't play me talking back and doing all that crazy. These days, you can't beat your kids. The way they got the law out now, you can't beat your kids. Okay. I won't lie. I was falling short as a mother before, but after a while, reality kicked in and woke me up. Sometimes in my virtual world, that doesn't make you a bad person. Sometimes people do fall short, but sometimes when you see that you're falling short, just get back up and start all over again. That doesn't make us bad because we do that. I still got a lot of working on myself to do, but my kids here, wait a minute. I still have a lot of working on myself to do, but my kids here on out is top priority. Absolutely. Everybody got things that they need to work on, no matter what it is. My virtual world, that doesn't make you amazing parents. At least you know what you're doing wrong, and you know that you need what you need to be worked on. It is worse than when we grew up. Oh my goodness, Frank, it's way worse than we grew up. My mother believed in no switch. My mother believed in switch. These days, you hit somebody with a switch these days, spank them on their leg, you going to jail. You hear me? You're going to jail. And the kids will use that against you now. Oh, you can't hit me. That's the law. Yeah, that's their law. Yeah. Oh, don't hit me. You going to jail. Oh, kids will say that in a minute. I see kids say that to the day. Yeah, like I said, the little boy was just talking to his parent any type of way in the store. It's nothing I can do that about that. That wasn't my kid, but I just see it happen all the time. Right, kids do use that again. Yeah, they use it against you, my virtual world. They'll use it against you, and that's a weapon against you now. But let me tell you something. In the Bible said you're supposed to spank the kids. I don't know what the law saying, but in the Bible you're supposed to spank that child. Yes, you do. Spare a rod. Yes, you do. But people don't listen to what the Bible say. They still listen to what the law say. We had to go pick up the switch where it was going to get it whipped. Yeah, yes, sissy, yes. You hit some kids these days, they will laugh at, oh my goodness. Yes, it's fact. Yes, it is, Frank. You right. Yes, facts for my virtual world. Yeah. So many people are growing up the wrong way, and the kids will use it against you. When you hit them, they're going to tell the lie on you. And then the teachers these days going around find out if they got a mark on them. It's just so much stuff going on. It's done changed so much. That's how you know we are living in our last day. So much stuff has changed. Nobody is not believing in nothing what the Bible say. It says in the Bible you're supposed to spank a kid when they're wrong. But out here in the world, it tells you don't supposed to do that. I had glasses and braces. Girls were terrible. I was picked on. Aww. Yeah, that's what they do. They pick on you. That's why so many people are committing suicide. Yes, it's true, virtual world. Yeah. That's why so many people are committing suicide, because people get laughed at. Just the way, simply how what they look. They laugh at you on social media because you're fat, purple, green, whatever. They laughing at you. The way you speak, the way you look. If your hair ain't too good for them, they're going to laugh at you. If you're not saying the things they want to say, they're going to laugh at you. They give you thumbs down. They do it all. They do it all. It's just a mean world. Nobody is listening to what the Bible... Right, Frank. Nobody is listening to what the Bible say anymore. Always saying the truth. Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes. Gladys, it's true. Nobody is not doing that no more. If you're purple, if you look a certain way to somebody and they don't like you, if you're pretty, they're going to give you thumbs down. If you look too pretty, they're going to give you 2 thumbs down. If you look absolutely gorgeous, they're going to give you 3 thumbs down. If you look fat, they're going to give you thumbs down. If you look skinny, they don't care no more. And you wonder why people commit suicide. And you wonder why people don't want to live no more. These are some reasons. People are just being mean. We are living on our last day. Nobody is not respecting the laws of the Bible. Thou shalt not kill. What you're doing, you're killing. Thou shalt not commit adultery. What you're doing, you're committing adultery. Thou shalt not steal. What you're doing, you're stealing. Everything's going on, we're doing it. When the God said, all these diseases are coming along. You see, oh, right, it's crazy and messed up. It is crazy and messed up. You can't win for losing. Oh, Frank, you can't win for losing. And it is messed up. Oh, thank you, Gladys. You're awesome. Yeah. Everything is happening. But you know, as children of God, we have to still stay strong. Any children that are listening to me today, stay strong, young lady or young man. God got your back. Don't go committing suicide because somebody doesn't like you. To adults out here listening, stay strong. God got your back. Don't go killing yourself before it's not your time. Don't listen to what social media say about you. Keep doing what you do. Stand tall. Stay strong. Be strong. Focus. Focus. When you lose focus, you lose everything. When you lose God, you lose everything. Pray every day about those people that don't like you. That goes for young children. That goes for young men. Go for adults. That goes for anybody. Just pray. Hey, Susie, how are you? Thanks for coming in, Susie Q. That is one of my subscribers right here. I got her yesterday. She's awesome. I told my kids, you want to call cops because you don't like discipline, you go ahead, but you'll never get put back. 320, tell me about it, girl. I'm glad you're doing amazing. Thanks for being in my live stream today. You didn't have to be here today. I'm happy to have you here to listen to us, guys. You guys welcome Susie here. She's awesome. Yeah, so you just always learn to love one another and be there for your children. Don't be there for your children one day and say, hey, you know what, that's enough. That ain't enough. You need to be for your children there every single day, on a daily. Don't stop loving your children. Tell your children every day that you love them. Sometimes children just need to know that you love them. Sometimes people don't say that. They send the children out to school and say, okay, bye. Bye, Felicia. Bye. But did you tell that children that you love them? Did you know what that children went through last night? Did you know that did you know that child tried to commit suicide last night? Did you know any of these things? Did you know that child cried her eyes out last night? But you call yourself being a parent? Did you go talk to that child last night? Did you go finish? Did you go and say, hey, is everything is okay? Do you need me for something? Do you need me for me to go to the school with you? Let's go to school together. Or did you send that child to school to say, hey, talk to your teacher about it? Mostly parents say that, other than saying, hey, you know what? I am here for you. I love you. And let's pray. Let's do this stuff together. We're in this together. We are a team. You should be a team with your children anyway. Stop letting your children handle stuff on their own. You can't do that anymore. We're losing our children on a daily, and you letting the child handle stuff on their own. Who does that? People here in the world. The people who don't know your story will talk about you like a dog on social media in real life. Yes, they does. People that doesn't know your story will talk about you. They don't know nothing about you, but they can mention your name in every little thing it is. You can be living the right way, and they still gonna talk about you. It doesn't matter anymore. Like I said, that's how we know our time is coming to an end here on earth. That's why we have to pray and love one another, even though they do us wrong. People are going to do us wrong till the day we die. Like I tell you guys all the time in my live stream, whether you're doing good or bad, people are still going to do you wrong. And people are going to do you wrong even when you're dead. They're still going to be talking about you. Why are you still talking about somebody when they already died? Who does that? People here on earth, that's who does it. We got to learn to love one another while we're here. Treat each other right like God treat us. Don't go around saying you love somebody when you really don't love them. Be there for your children every day, not sometime. Don't be a sometime mom. Don't be a mom that's going to be there part-time. Be a full-time mom. Is God a part-time to us? Absolutely not. God is full-time. So we got to be a full-time parent with our children. Let our children know that we are there for them all the time, not sometime. Frank, you are right. It's so common anymore. I live in a small town and all kinds of talking good going on. Yeah. They do it everywhere, 320, even in big cities like this. Like big cities like Atlanta, they talk about you. They dog you. They do you wrong. They're not there for you anymore. They just simply do you wrong. Nobody's not loving one another anymore. Everybody's just treating each other wrong. And you call yourself a Christian. Mostly people call themselves a Christian, going out and being the biggest talker. Oh, I'm a Christian, but talking about everybody. Bad parent at home, not there for their children, kids going, committing suicide, killing themselves up in the closet, doing all types of stuff because of a parent. It starts from home. And don't tell me it starts from school. No. A kid don't go to school when they're a baby, so how it start from in school? It starts from home. A kid going to learn for what you teach them. Once you go to school, that's when they're going to learn other stuff. Yes, gossip is wrong in so many ways. Absolutely so, Susie. Yes, it is wrong. People don't know that. It's so much of that going on everywhere. I see it every day. And sometimes I just shake my head and pray for those people. All we got to do is pray for those people. We can't do nothing else but pray for them. We can't go say, hey, you know what? Try to get back at people. Don't try to play the get back role. We don't want to play getting back at people. Let God handle them. They are sleeping around with random people instead of raising their kids. Right. They're sleeping with random people other than raising their kids. You're not raising your kids. Hold on, wait a minute. They're raising their own self. Beth Chapman dog, the bounty hunter. I heard about that. Passed away yesterday, and people talk poorly about her. Wow. See how people, see what I'm saying? She dead, but people still talking about her. That's awful. It's very awful. She had to defend her mom. Her mom is not here no more to defend herself. People talk about people committing suicide. But it's a lot of people doing that because their parent is not there for them. So it's the parent fault half the time when they're little, when they do this type of stuff, because you need to be on your kid 24/7 and find out what's going on with that child. Mostly people, kids don't think they have a role model to turn to. That's why they do that type of stuff to themselves. That's why that girl hung herself from the tree out there some years ago. I think it was a year ago maybe. Hung herself from a tree on Facebook Live behind her mom's house. Because you're not there to listen to them. They feel that, do you know our mouth is absolutely our mouth is a big weapon, Susan. People don't know that. People don't study that. You don't know people's stories, so stop assuming you know everybody's story. It's a sad in my virtual world, right? People always assume that they know my story because I'm on here. Oh, Trisha's okay. She's doing good. Do you really think I'm doing good? Did you think about, did I try to commit suicide last night? Did you know if I cried last night about some situation? Did you know these things about me? Or you just simply just think you know my story? You don't know nobody's story just by looking at them. I can be smiling at you, but you don't know if I cried last night. You don't know if I said it's enough, it's enough. You don't know if my heart is in pain. You don't know these things. All you know is you see me smiling every day. Oh, she's very humble. I am very humble, but you still don't know my story though. Just like a child come in your room and talk to you and say, I want to talk to you. You say, go somewhere, I'm doing something else. Don't push kids away when they're trying to talk to you. I see a lot of parents do that. Go sit down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. That's your child that's reaching out to talk to you about something that probably went on in school or probably something happened. Hey, good morning, Poetic. How you doing, my sister? There's my little sissy. How you doing this morning? Yeah. If you guys don't have Poetic, make sure you get her. She's an awesome supporter. Nobody knows nobody's story at all. No, nobody knows nobody's story. But you assume you do. I can be on here smiling every day. Smiling every day. You don't know if I cried last night. You didn't know if I cried my eyes out. You don't know nothing about you, but everybody assumed you know everybody. I'm glad you're doing awesome, Poetic. I loved your live stream yesterday. It was funny. Yeah, I finally caught one of your live streams. Yeah. So if you guys don't have Poetic, make sure you get her. She's awesome. Yeah, it's my sissy. That's my little sissy. Yeah. Yeah, so don't worry about what other people say about your story because they don't know your story. Don't say you know Trisha because you don't know simply nothing about Trisha. All you know that I get on live stream every day. You don't know if I'm sad. You don't know if my heart is broken. You don't know if my heart is in pain. You don't know if I tried to kill myself last night. You don't know nothing about me. All you know is Trisha's on live stream this morning. And she looked good. Don't get it twisted. Just because I look good don't mean I'm good, though. Just like a child. Just because that child look good don't mean she good all the time. Stop assuming stuff about people that you don't know nothing about. Stop that. That's wrong. Trisha, I love how you talking about the topic. We got to keep informing everyone about this. I am going to run to show some more love to others. Hug and kisses to you. Oh, thank you, my virtual world. Make sure you come back, sweetie, and visit me again. You're awesome. Yeah. So don't worry about how people do you. Just get to know your child. Get to know your child that you raised, you call yourself raising. Get to know that child. Okay. You get to know that child. Get to know about that child. Don't say I know my child. I see a lot of parents say, I know my kid wouldn't do that. Are you sure? Did you check your child book bag? Oh, my child don't smoke. Are you sure? Did you check your child book bag? Oh, my child wouldn't kill herself. Go upstairs and look then. Oh, my child don't be crying like that. Oh, did you go upstairs and look and see how your child is crying in the late midnight hours? Did you give your child a hug and say, oh, I love you? You are awesome. You are amazing. You are wonderful. You are beautiful. Did you tell your child this sometime? Sometimes little things kids need to hear that parents doesn't say. That's why so much suicide out here, because there's something, little things that people need to say. Yeah. Little things that people need to hear. Oh, you're doing an amazing job in school. I just want to know you, let you know that I love you. And if you need me to talk to you, I'm here for you. You don't even say, a child may bring an A home. Well, we'll go put that up away. I'll look at it later. Look at the paper now, sister. Stop waiting till later to look at somebody's paper. Where they do that at? Here on earth. Bye, Felicia. Stop. Why I talk to my son every day. I get in his business. I get on his bed and we just chill. Amen, Susie. That's what I'm trying to say. It should be more parents like you. Hey, good morning, Wisdom. Good morning, sis. How are you? Thanks for being here. If you guys doesn't have Wisdom TV Nigeria, make sure you get her. That is my sister from another mother. Make sure you get her. Yeah. So talk to your kids a little bit longer. Let them know that you are there for them all the time. Thank you, Poetic. Make sure you talk to your kids and let them know that you're there for them. Look in their book bag, especially boys. They so sneaky. Oh Lord, well, my boys was. Look in their book bags. See if they're smoking. See if they're doing any type of drugs that you should know about. See if something going on. Most of the kids doing all this stuff because they don't have attention from home, and people in school are bullying them or making them do this type of stuff. See if kids are stealing stuff for other people to bring to school to give to the other person because they don't want to get bullied. Look at these things. Do you guys look at this stuff, or are you just sending your kids to school say, oh, I know my child? Just because your child looks happy, you don't know your child all the time. If you're not sitting and talking to your kid on a daily, you don't know nothing about your child. You can't say you know your child and that child says she want to commit suicide. You can't say you know about your child and that child committed suicide. So you knew your child? Did your child need you back then? I didn't know my child. You didn't know because you didn't sit down and talk to her or him. Sit down and hug your child and say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, if anything you need to talk about, I am here. I am your mother. I'm not a part-time mother. I am a full-time mother. How would you like God to be a part-time to you? You want God to be full-time all the time, not sometime. God is not part-time in our life. Stop being part-time to your children. Stop letting your little sister raise the other little one. Mostly people do let their siblings raise the other sibling. Oh, you go ahead and take care of her while I go to the store. House get burned up. That child cooking something for the other child. Oh man, only lasts for a few minutes. All it takes is a few minutes. All it takes is a few minutes to commit suicide. All it takes a few minutes to do something in the house. A few minutes, all it takes. But where was you at when they needed you for a few minutes? Where were you at? You know what I mean? Wisdom said we should pray for our children every day because the enemy is going around seeking who fire will destroy. Absolutely, wisdom. We better pray for them every day, not once a day, every day. Every day, every hour. The enemy gonna slip in and gonna get you. When he's find a little split to get in, he's gonna go in and take it. He's gonna get in. And what the enemy is after now, he's after your children. Telling you, there's no reason for you to live. You might as well kill yourself. And a child hear that all the time, and they end up doing it. Even grown-ups hear that, and they end up doing it. So stop picking with people on social media. Stop doing that. Stop picking with people. If you don't like them, don't talk to them. Don't go picking with people. That's not making you big and bad because you pick with people on social media. Stop picking with children on social media. That's why it's not a good idea for kids to be on social media at 7 and 8 years old. It's not. Because they hear the wrong thing one time, they want to commit suicide. Oh, I'm going to kill myself. They don't like me. Same with adults. They're really, really vulnerable inside. They don't like what other people say about them, so they end up getting off social media because of people here. I'm not going to let nobody run me away from social media. And I'm not going to let nobody bully my kids because I'm going to talk to my children on a daily. I'm going to make sure nobody's bullying them. Only way we're going to make sure nobody's not bullying our kids, we need to talk to them daily. Not sometimes, every single day. You grab that child by the hand and say, let's go talk. Parents need to monitor their kids when they are on social. Absolutely poetic. They don't do it no more. They just give them the phone or give them the iPad and say, here, I'm out here drinking. You out here drinking and smoking, the parent, while the child is having an argument with somebody saying they're going to beat them up in school the next day on social media. While you over there drinking and smoking with your friend and this child crying inside, don't want to go to school no more because a child on social media is saying they're going to kill him when they go to school. You better bring me some money. But that child, you don't know what that child's story because you simply over there smoking with your family, your friends. In the book of Ephesians, God said, mothers pray and take care of our children. Absolutely. They don't do it no more, wisdom. That's how you know we are living in our last days because nobody is listening to what God said anymore. Everybody ignoring his word. Nobody is not doing the right thing. They're not. And you wonder why we're losing our children because the parents are being part-time. And you wonder why everybody is committing suicide because our parents are being part-time. And you wonder why adults are committing suicide because social media are being mean, hateful, saying hateful things, saying that you're never amounted. Oh, you're doing horrible, you're ugly, you're fat, purple, green. They saying all this type of thing, and you hating on one another. God don't hate you. Why are you going around hating on them? We're supposed to love one another. We're supposed to lift each other up when they're falling down. You don't know your children is falling down because you're being a part-time parent, other than being a full-time parent, like we always need to do. We all need to be full-time to our children. No more respect in the world. None at all wisdom. Nobody respect one another. Everybody hating one another. Everybody say, oh, you're doing horrible. Everybody calling you names. And oh, kids are crying at nighttime. They don't have their parents to turn to. Where your parent at? Oh, I don't know where my mom at. She went to the store. She left me here to take care of my sisters. Kids taking care of their siblings. Where they do that at? Young as 9 years old taking care of a 2-year-old baby. And you wonder why so many kids have peer pressure? Because of you. Because the parents are some of you parents. And you wonder why why kids are killing themselves? Because of you. So they learning it from home first. Then they go to school and they get more peer pressure done to them. Oh, you fat, you ugly. So they learning that from school then, because you didn't teach them at home at first that you're going to have these type of things in school. But when you have this problem in school, you need to come talk to me. You need to come talk to me first and let me handle it. Other than you going to school, because you're going to hear these things. Let your children know that you're going to hear these things ahead of time. Don't let them discover it on their own, because they're going to discover it. But let it start from at the house. And, hey, you know how I brought you up. This is the way you act when you go to school. You don't go there and do this. You don't go there and do that. Let's talk about what's going on in our lives. Let's sit down and talk. Sit down and let's talk about this situation. Don't lose more children. We're losing children every day just because parents don't talk to them enough. They letting teacher raise their children. No teacher ain't going to raise my children. That's my child. I'm going to raise my own child. I'm sending my children to school for you to teach them what they need to know about education, not teaching them what I need to teach them at home about being a strong person, being a godly person, being what God wants you to be. We're not doing that anymore, right? Disrespect is the new cool thing. Absolutely, disrespect is the new cool thing, right? Let's say, wait a minute, what is this trying to close up the thing up? Yeah. So learn to love one another. Be there for your children when they need you. Be there for one another. Be there for adults. There's a lot of adults going through the same thing children is going through. Getting hurt on, getting teased because they fat, getting teased because they this, getting teased. Why would you tease somebody? Do God tease you? No, he don't do none of that. God is looking at your soul. God is looking at you, doing all these things that you shouldn't be doing. God is watching you every day. While you think you're getting away with it, he is watching you, and he's shaking his head every day at you, knowing that you're going to be judged when you leave this world because of what you done to somebody, what you did, make that child commit suicide. Yeah, you're going to be judged behind that. Envy and jealousy everywhere. Only Jesus Christ can say, absolutely. It's so true. Yes, it's true, Gladys. Yeah. We got to learn to lift our children up every day. Lift an adult up that you see going through stuff. Be there for that adult. Don't say you there for that adult. Yes, true. Don't say you're there for that adult and you're not there for that adult. If I'm going through something and I tell you guys about it, lift me up. Because you don't know my story from last night. If you guys are going through something and you say, Trisha, can you pray for me? I'm really going through. I'm going to pray for you. Because I don't want to see you in a position that you're going to hurt yourself. It doesn't just start with kids. It's with adults too. We got to pray for one another all the time. Yeah. Huh? That's in that. It's a little blue, little. Hold on, guys. Wait a minute. Oh, there's a lot of jealousy. Oh, tell me about it, Poetic. It's a hot mess, girl. Hold on. Keep on networking. I'll come right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah. So there's so much stuff going on out here like that. We're not there for our children anymore, and everybody doing the wrong stuff. Nobody loving one another anymore. Everybody hating on one another, and you don't know that child's story because you're not there for the child to know that that child needed you last night when they were crying and when they're struggling to their heart is in pain. You don't know who heart in pain. You don't even know if it's adult heart in pain, and you're picking with them. There's a lot of adults have a lot of pain in their heart, and you going around picking with them. They don't even want to get on live stream. I know a lot of people on YouTube don't want to get on live stream anymore. That I talk to on a daily don't want to get on live stream no more because they're getting picked on. Because they calling them fat, they calling them ugly, they call them bald headed. Stop doing stuff like that to people. Do you know that can make a person really hurt themselves because they don't think they're worth nothing in the world? But I tell you, as a Christian, God, you are worth the world to God. Don't go killing yourself because of people. Don't go killing yourself because of social media. Stand up, hold your head up tight, hold it up hard, hold it up, keep it up. Don't say, I don't think I can live no more. Because I deal with this on a daily. I keep telling you guys. Little kids slitting their wrists because they say they don't want to live no more. Because a little girl picked with them or the little boy called them ugly. Whatever. Don't do that to people. Be there for your children when they're going through. Even when they're not going through, you don't know if they're going through. Some kids look just as happy, joyous, and they be going through so much. So stop assuming that you know that your child all the time. Oh, I know my child. People always say they know their child. And some of the kids end up slitting their wrists, end up hurting themselves because they say they know their child. You don't know your child all the time. Because peer pressure makes a child do stupid stuff to themselves because they listen to what the other child said. That's why when a child come home from school or wherever they at, talk to your child. Tell them every day that you love them. Let them know that they are appreciated and that you appreciate. Don't let a child have a lonely heart. Some kids have a lonely heart. That's why they end up hurting themselves because they're so lonely inside. Don't let a child grow up lonely. Don't go let a child grow up knowing that they got somebody that's there by their side, but they don't want to listen to it. Money rules the world. Absolutely. Money rules the world. It's bad. Money shouldn't rule the world, but that's what happens. Check your child book bag. Check the book bag. Do you check your child book bag? Or you just say, hey, go ahead, throw that, go throw it. Don't put that book bag in my, just go upstairs with it. How you know that child is not smoking upstairs while you sleep? How you know that child didn't bring a gun to school? How do you know that child didn't bring weed to school? How do you know that child didn't bring drugs to school from what you had probably? And you didn't put it up? Do you know anything about this child? How you know that child is not stealing money from you to take it to a bully that's just bullying them in school? You're not opening up their book bag. You're not checking their social media. You're not checking nothing they do. That's why I say 7 and 8 years old are kind of like too young to be on social media. But you know what? To each his own. But that's the way I raised my kids. I didn't let them be on social media at that age because that was horrible. These days, people are mean to you. People don't care no more. They get a group of people to go against you. That's bad. Why would we want a group of people to go against us? The world is getting bad, people. We got to wake up and support one another and be there for one another when you see that person is falling apart. If I see a friend of mine on YouTube, it seems like they're like kind of off a little bit, not off in the head, just like off level, like they're level. They're just not happy anymore. Just say that. And you can see it in their face. I'm gonna talk to them. Say, is there anything I can help you with? Is something going wrong? Let's talk on a daily basis. Let's see. Even if I can messenger that person or messenger them, I don't have to have their number. Just get on their Facebook page and just message them and ask them is something wrong. If I see somebody kind of like leaning a little bit and toward like they sad about something, I want to ask them if you know me you don't know me as a person. You know me by being on live stream. If you see me feeling some type of way or you see me acting some type of way, like I was the other day when I was sitting back in the other room, and I was talking about people getting bullied on here and all that stuff, and I was feeling some type of way. I have cried that whole day, and I had got on live stream that morning, but I got back off because I just wasn't. My mind was just so cloudy. But when I got back on, my mind was still cloudy, but I felt a little bit better. I don't know if you guys caught on to it or not. Some people said they did catch on to it. I just was feeling some type of way that day. And I didn't want to get on here and give y'all bad vibe about me. I was just not bad vibe, just make y'all feel sad because I feel some type of way that day. But I was just all over it that day. That was a couple of days ago. I was all over it. But today, sometimes we got to sit down and pray about situations that's going on in our life. Don't, because God want to hear from us. God want to hear from our children too. Teach your children to pray every day. Teach your children that let them know that the way out is not suicide. That let them know that you are there for them all the time. Money moves the home. Home. What are you talking about, sissy? Yeah, let them know that you're there for them all the time. Let them know that they're not alone in this situation, that whatever's going on to them, that you're there to support them. You're their mother full time, not a part-time mother. There's a lot of part-time mothers. Let them know that you are a full-time mother all the time for them. You're there through the thick and thin, no matter what's going on in their life. Let them know that you are there for them. And you're never going to leave them. Like God would never leave us nor forsake us. Always remember that. God would never leave us, even when we're going through. Even when we're going through, God is still by your side. He's never going to get up and say, well, I'm gone, I'm out. People here on earth will leave you when they see you stressed out. People here on earth will dog you when they see you stressed out. People on earth will talk about you when they see you stressed out. People will talk about you anyway, regardless. Whether you're being fat, green, purple, whatever, they still going to talk about you. That's how people here on earth does you. That's not God, so they're not going to do you like God. They don't have a heart like God, so that's why they do these type of things to you. Yeah. This is the end time. Every living happen now is written in the time like this will come. Children will kill their parents. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, wisdom. Yes, they're doing it now. They're killing their parents. Are you going to tell me we're not living in our last days? People killing each other, killing themselves. People that you look up to are killing themselves. Since things change when they charge the schools and stop praying in school, have you? Yeah. That's when everything starts changing. Sis, right. When they took the praying out of school, why do you take praying out of school? People should be able to pray. That's in the Bible. We're supposed to pray everywhere. And you're going to take that out of the schools? They should have a Christian teacher that comes in. Oh my goodness, I wish I can be like me, doing what I do. I can't, they don't want me to, when I'm in there counseling kids, they don't want me to talk to the kids about the Bible or stuff like that. I have to do that on my own time with them. Like if I'm going to their homes, I got to do that. I can't do that in school or something like. How can they take prayers out of school? Right. How can you take that out of schools? This is what the school is made of. We need that in school. It should be in school. People should get up in the morning time. Everybody should have a little Bible thing going on in school. That's why half of the kids don't know nothing about the Bible. I asked one girl, I said, do you read the Bible? She said, no, we don't read the Bible. I said, do you ever go to church sometimes? She said, no, we don't go to church. We don't read the Bible when we go to church. My mom don't read the Bible. I said, oh, okay. And I can't say nothing else. I can tell her, well, your mom should read the Bible. That's a little kid. I couldn't say that. I said, well, I'm going to pray for you. That's what I told her. All I got to do is pray for her. I can't say, well, you should read the Bible. Who am I to judge to tell her to read the Bible? Her mom should be teaching her that anyways. But I can't say nothing. I can't judge who don't read the Bible now. Wait a minute. How can they take it out of the school, Gladys? I don't know. They do it every day. It's sad, but they're taking it out to school. They don't want you to pray in school. They don't want you to pray for the people that's going through. They don't want that. They see you doing with that. Usually you get expelled from doing that type of stuff. I could get fired from saying, oh, this is the way to go. You can't do that. It's sad. I'm just trying to tell you, we're living in our last days. Nobody is not listening to what the Bible says. Nobody even not listening to what God say anymore. Thou shalt not kill. Everybody killing everybody. Mama killing son, son killing mamas, sister killing brother. Everything happening. Nobody is not listening to what God says. That's why God is angry. You ever hear a storm, how hard a storm is now? The way storms is now is so different. You shall go fire quick. You sure will give. Yeah, you will. Sissy, you will. But do you see how storms are now outside? You ever listen to how a storm is? How loud it is? I never heard a storm like that before. It's just rumbling and then lightning right behind it. God is angry. He is really angry with the way this world is going. And do you think God gonna let this world keep going on the way it is? No, He's not gonna let a lot of bad people continue on doing the stuff that they're doing to good people out here. There's good people getting bashed every day for no reason. There's little people getting bashed for no reason. I don't care how good you are, you still gonna get bashed on. I don't care how amazing you are, you still gonna get bashed on from people here on earth. That's how you know we're living in our last days. Nobody is not respecting one another. Everybody's hating on one another. Everybody doing the wrong stuff with everybody. Everybody's saying they hate God. But if God put you in a position, I bet you'll call on Him. You're not calling on Him right now because you're living life like it's a golden, like it's a tomorrow too, right? But if God puts you in a position, and He will put the haters in a position that you'll need Him. You may not need Him now. You may think you don't need Him now, but we need Him every day. But you may think you don't need Him now, but God gonna put you in a position that you're gonna need Him. And when He puts you in that position that you need Him, all you're gonna call on Him is Jesus. All you're gonna say is Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. You need Him then. God said He's going to put the unbelievers in a position. Of course, Gladys. God said He's going to put the unbelievers in a position. The people that doesn't believe in God, He's going to put you in some type of entanglement that you're going to believe on. You're going to have to come to Him. All people always say, "Now, I don't need Him. I'm good." This is what people tell me all the time. "Oh, I'm good. I'm good." Oh, yeah, you're good now. But what if God put you in some type of situation that you need Him? We all going to need God one day. If you think you don't need Him now, you're going to need Him one day, because He's going to make you need Him. God make people need Him. The ones who think they're sitting high on a pedestal. You're going to need Him. Sis, the Lord, He's going to come early, because it'll be so bad. Even the elect wouldn't be able to make it in heaven. Absolutely right, sis. Yeah. He's coming back early. He is. You know what? It's a good thing God don't tell you when He coming back, because He want everybody to get right now. Like that song say, "Get right, church, and let's go home." Get right, people, and let's go home. So many people are not right. So many people are not living right, but they say they are. But they going around making people commit suicide, driving them that way to commit suicide. They ain't making them. They driving them that way. "Oh, I'm just going to kill myself. Oh, this." You driving them that way. They don't want to do this. Half of the people don't want to commit suicide. They get driven that way from other people. And they didn't think that's the only way out. They think that's the only way the pain stops, by committing suicide. And the pain doesn't stop when you commit suicide. It doesn't. It stops for a moment. Yeah. Wisdom said, "A parents that fight in the presence of the children, how can they pray for the children?" Absolutely, Wisdom. You could say that again, girl. Absolutely. Sad, Wisdom. Never heard that song. Please sing it, sis. Oh, no, I ain't singing. No, not today, sis. But I'm going to sing something to you one day, but not that song. Yeah. But yeah, we got to learn to fight for our children. Be there for our children. Stop being part-time parents. Be a full-time parent. Get to know your children if you don't know your children. Because some people have children, don't even know their children. "Oh, I know all about Timmy. I already know about Susie." You really know about your children? "Oh, I know they won't do that to themselves." How you know? Did you go to the school and check on that child and say, "Hey, what's going on in school? Are you guys bullying on my child? I need to talk about this right now. My child just told me y'all bullying on him." Find out about your child. Don't just let the teacher do it all. That's not her job. I don't care why people say that's her job. That's her job, to teach your children. Education. Not to teach them how to act in school, how to behave in school. That's your job. That's your job, to be there for your children. We losing children every day. That poor, I feel for that poor young man that jumped off the bridge. A couple of days ago, I guess it happened, jumped off the bridge. I pray for that little girl that hung herself in the closet that was 6 years old. I pray for that girl that family that the girl hung herself from a tree in her backyard of her house. Where was her mother at when she did this to herself? And she did that on Facebook Live. I pray for people out here. I pray for this world that's going the wrong direction. We are all going the wrong direction in this world, and I don't want to be the part of this world. I want to keep doing what I got to do the right way, and I want to keep living the right way. Only way I'm going to live the right way is I got to do the right stuff. Yeah, I got to do the right stuff. Girl, I will show up at school. And girl, just tell me about it. Don't let somebody tell me something happened in the school and I'm going to sit there still laying around with some crazy man in the bed, checking on my kids, show Will 3 times. There you go. That's right, sissy, we got to. That's the only way a kid gonna know you care. Most of the kids don't even know you care. Some people don't even go to the kids' graduation, but you care about them. Oh, I care so much about you. I love you. Where were you at when she graduated? When did she do this? How sad. Seems very. I guess it's probably like a year ago. I don't know where this happened at. Maybe a year, but it was on Facebook Live. The little young lady. She kept on saying she was sorry for this. She's sorry to her parents for this. I'm gonna ask my daughter to pull it up. Seems like she was angry to so it on one video. Yeah. She said she kept on saying she was sorry. She was sorry for this. She's sorry she killed herself. She's sorry she's going to kill herself. She's sorry to disappoint her parent. She's sorry to disappoint her boyfriend. Something about her boyfriend too. Something happened. I don't know. But I think it's maybe 6 months to a year ago. I'm not sure. But I know it happened. And they had it on live. Had it on Facebook Live. Everybody was having. I think Facebook took it down. But it happened a while. But this boy just jumped off a bridge. This just happened. Probably like a couple of days ago. Sissy, was that a couple of days ago when he jumped off the bridge? You know what? The young boy. I think his name was Zakita. Ziki. I don't know. They called him something. Zakita. Whatever. But he jumped off the bridge. And he was saying the same thing the other girl said, that he was sorry from doing that. He was sorry from disappointing his parents. He's sorry for disappointing his fans. When you see a child saying that all the time, look at them. Hold on. It's just like hospital. If you don't check on your kids, people will treat them any kind of way. But when they know they might pop up and they treat you kids better, right? They keep you. Yeah. When a child knows that parent pop up, they have no Akita on the 25th of this month. Oh, okay. She said the 25th of this month. The boy that happened to the boy. I'm going to pick my kids in school. Bye, my family. Bye, Wisdom. Come back again, sis. Love you. Yeah. So we just gotta pray more. Yeah, his name is Akita. And y'all guys look that up. He killed himself. He jumped over a bridge. Nice looking young man. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't know people's story. You don't know what you're doing to people. You don't know how much pain people are in. You can't tell by looking at that. By looking at that young man, he didn't look like he was in pain, but he was. You just don't know who in pain. By looking at me, you don't know if I'm in pain or not. You don't know how hard my heart, you don't know how heavy my heart probably was. You don't know nothing about me. All you know that I'm on live stream every day smiling. That's all you know. Like that young man, he looked wonderful. Looked like he had a lot of subscribers. He had everything. You just don't know. Too much suicide happening makes me so sad. Oh, at 320, it makes me sad too. That's why we got to support one another every day. Hug your kids every day and let them know that you love them. Don't let them leave out the house and say you don't love your kid, especially a young kid. You don't know. You don't know. They got so much to think about. I made a video. It's sad, y'all. Check it out. He had 800,000. Wow. He had a lot of subscribers. He was doing wonderful. But see, like I said, you don't know nobody's story. Like, see, people can smile at you and get off live stream and be crying their eyes out. A lot of people can support you and make you feel good, and their life is falling apart. Like me, I can support you guys and make you guys feel good, make you feel good about who you are. And on the outside, when I'm not on live stream, I could be crying. I could be all broken inside. You just don't know people's story. You just don't know. We don't know how people feel inside. But I can support you guys and lift you guys up every day. Sometimes the host needs to be lifted up too. You never know. Sometimes the host needs to be lifted up. Oh, what's going on with you today, Trisha? Let's talk about you. Are you okay? Did you cry last night? Are you okay? Are you feeling okay? People don't lift up each other up. They just want them to be lifted up all the time. They don't want to lift other people up. We got to lift each other up because you don't know that person's story. Just like I got on live stream the other day, I was really broken because they how they did that girl on her live stream. So me about 95 thumbs down. Who does that? How do you know that girl didn't want to commit suicide in front of you guys on live stream, and you done that to her? You just don't know people's story. And I was really shook up that day. I felt like crying when I was on live stream that day too. But I kept walking off because I was tearing up a little bit. That's why I said, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. That was the other day. I was really upset. You guys got to help one another. We got to hold our kids just a little bit longer. We got to hold on to our kids and tell our kids every day we love them. Because this world doesn't owe us anything. And this world is a very angry world. So if the world is a very angry world, they don't care about one another. They don't care about us. Nobody don't care about you. People may say they care about you, but you know the genuine from the fake if you keep on staying around a little bit longer around that person. You'll see who care about you and who don't care about you. I'm bad. Had to hang up because I'm at work. Okay, sweetie. Thanks for coming back, Susie. Sissy said he was taking care of his mother since he made a video that had porn in it. Wow, YouTube shut his channel down and his money was messed up, and that just tipped him over. Aww. He felt he left everyone down. Oh, he was making a porn. He got his page shut down, sis? Or was it still up before he died? Oh, that's sad. I didn't know all that. I just did a video about you don't know my story. Only God knows it will be out later. Okay. Cool, Frank. Cool, Frank. Yeah. Make sure I go. I try to support you guys as much as I can. Since I got a little Susie in here, I got to make sure I support her. That goes to show that money is not all. Absolutely, Susie. Money is not all at all. No. People think money. Hey, good morning, Sandy. How are you? Make sure you thumbs up the live, sweetie, if you have not so. Yeah. He made another page. Oh, he made another page. Wow. See, I'm just trying to say you don't know people's story. And you're not letting people down. People are letting you down most of the time. People don't want to support you. People don't like you no more. And you let people get like that to you. And you know, when we're young like that, you know, when people are young, you know, their minds are so vulnerable. That's why I'm trying to say, when your mind is vulnerable, yeah, Sandy, it's true. That's when your mind are vulnerable. You got to talk to your children more. Because they don't know much. They just listen to what the next person is saying. So if the person is listening to what the next person is saying, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do anymore. Hold on. Frank said it was a Friday wilderness. I break down, think about how I felt. It was a Friday wilderness. I break down, think about how I felt. Oh, you broke down, Frank, about stuff that's going on in your life, Frank? Is that what you're talking about, sweetie? But he had mental problems, but just wanted people to like him. But you know what? People are gonna like you, and they're not gonna like you. But we got to understand we can't live for people in this world. There's a lot of people not gonna like you. Not my life. And just, oh yeah, right, Frank. I understand. Yeah, you just don't know people. There's a lot of people going through stuff, and you just don't know. But you can't go by what other people say. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of people vulnerable, and they can't take it. They can't take people letting people down. That's just the way the world is. Oh, I must going if I have so much to do and have to make it to an appointment at 4. Okay, 3:20. Thanks for coming in, sweetie. Come back again. Love you. Have a great day. Yeah. So we just don't know people's stories. Hey, Valamia, how are you? Make sure you thumbs up the live as you come in if you can. How you doing this morning or afternoon or whatever time is it there? Yeah. So we got to support one another and be there for one another and be good to one another and talk to our kids on a daily. Because this young man, he was supporting his mom. I heard about that. He was supporting his mom, but I mean, I guess it went in the wrong turn. He jumped over the bridge, and that's sad. Oh, thank you so much, 320. Have an awesome day, 320. Come back again and visit. Yeah. So we don't know people's story. We just assume we know people's story. You guys don't know my story. I'm just here. Hold on. Good morning. Okay. I believe this internet is a way. We believe we can come together. Right. We believe it. I believe this internet is a way. Yeah, we do believe that. Sis. Amen. A lot won't have anything to do with you because of your relationship with Jesus Christ. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, it is sad. People don't want nothing to do with you when you loving God. Like me, I love God, and I'm not gonna sit up here and change my channel because people don't like what I say or how I say it, or if I say I love God, or if I'm talking about stuff about God, and they want me to talk about mess. I don't talk about mess. I'm sorry. That is not what my channel is about. It's about serving God, telling you guys that God is coming back for the good, and you guys got to stay prayed up. I want you guys to know that. Know that. That's why I motivate you guys to get your life together. I motivate you to love one another, and even if that person don't love you, you still love them. Yeah, me either. God comes first. Absolutely, God comes first, Sandy. Oh, there you go, poetic. Yeah, we got to love one another every day. I don't care what people do to you. I don't care what people say about you. People are going to talk about you till the day you die. And when you die, they're going to still talk about you. So don't go around trying to kill yourself because to try to prove a point to people just because a person don't like you. I don't care if people don't like me. I'm not living for people. It's true, Susie. I'm not living for people. I'm living from Him. That's why you see so many people run away from motivational speakers. They run away from Christian channel. They don't want to hear nothing about God. If you talking about God, they say bye. They don't want to hear nothing about God. But they want to hear this riffraff, all this gossip about one another. I don't do the gossip thing. My channel is positive. Positive. And a lot of people don't want to hear about positive. Everybody don't want to hear about God, but it's okay. This is what I do on my channel. I stay in my own lane. I don't try to get in your lane and worry about what you do over there. Today, I'm talking about suicide, people killing themselves. Pray for your kids. That's what I talk about. This is what God led me to talk about today. And this is what I talk about. If nobody want to listen to it, it's okay. I'm happy with the few people I get because God gonna grow my channel. I ain't got to worry about growing my channel myself. He's gonna grow it. He know my heart. He know what type of person I am. He know I'm teaching people about what God want me to tell them. So I ain't worried about how many people you get. So many people worry about if they get one person, they want to shut their page down. Don't do that. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Because one person comes to your live stream, you're gonna talk. Don't do that. Keep going. Sis said, I lost a job one time because I was a Christian. They didn't say it, but I knew it. They say you think you better believe in your fiction, God. Then they said, bye, Felicia. Oh, wow, really? That's all right. You got a better one. So, oh well. You continue on being that Christian that you is, sis, and don't worry about what nobody say. And do not let nobody steal your joy. You're awesome just the way you are, because Sissy said you are, and God said you are. How about that? Acts and prayers, they are ampulating the leg of morning prayers. Please, God, listen. Yes, it is, Sandy. Yes, it is. And some of the profess to be Christians. Absolutely. Some of them profess to be Christians, and they're not. If you look at their demeanor, if you look at them every day, you'll see time. You know what? God reveals a lot of stuff to people, but we got to stay prayed up. We don't stay prayed up enough. That's why He don't reveal stuff to you. You don't talk to Him enough. You don't meditate to Him enough. That's why you don't get revealed a lot of stuff. If we deny Christ now, He will deny us before Christ. Absolutely, He sure will, Susie. Better not deny Him. You better do what you got to do. I did get a better job. I'm so glad. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, wasn't that sad, Frank? Yeah, it's sad. But people judge you by that. If I pray, if I do a lot of do what I do on my channel every day, like I say, I like to lift people up. I like to motivate people. I like to let people know that they are wonderful, they're beautiful, they're handsome, they're amazing, and don't doubt those things about yourself. There's a lot of people come to my channel, they doubt who they are, and I lift them up. I lift a lot of people up, letting them know, hey, you know what? You are worth everything. You are worth $1 million. You may not be worth the people here on earth, but you're worth $1 million. And you got to remember that. And that's what my channel is about. It's about a lot of positive. It's no negative here. So if you're negative, you probably have to go to the next channel or something. But mine is not negative. It's all about loving one another, appreciating one another, lifting one another's up when they're falling down. We don't do that enough because we're too busy tearing each other down. That's why it's so much suicide out here, because we're tearing each other down other than lifting them up. I got something in my eye. Yeah, so stop tearing each other down. Sissy said, people just want to get to know you, so when they find out that you are a Christian, then they reject you, so they have to be careful. Absolutely, that's absolutely true, sis. I pray this will bring my brother-in-law to Christ and make him a believer. Of course, just let him do it on his time. Sandy is coming along. You just continue praying for him on your side, on your end, and let him know that, there is a God, and you do what you got to do. Continue just praying for him. All we got to do is pray for people that's unbelievers. Was like I said, God gonna show the unbelievers something one day, but they're gonna have to wait and see. But God gonna show those unbelievers. He gonna put those unbelievers in a position that they need Him. Mostly people don't think they need God because they're not put in a position yet that they need Him. But God gonna put everybody, the unbelievers, in a position that they'll need Him one day. Yeah, some people that talk about God, their actions speak different on what they are saying. Oh my goodness, Frank, yes they do. Yes they do. You keep coming to, you know what? I go to a lot of people live streams, and they talk about God and stuff, and then in the other end they say they cussing at the same time. You can't you either gonna serve God or you're gonna serve the devil. So if you call yourself a Christian, there you shouldn't be having that potty mouth like that. But people does it. But we're gonna pray for them and continue, and don't judge what they do, even though they have a potty mouth and cuss and do all that. We still want to just pray for them anyway, in advance still. Prayer works wonders. I believe that with my own. Prayer does work. Prayer does work. He does. It does. Susie said, I love spreading the good news to the world. The world is living for devil. Why should we not live in Christ? Of course, the world is living for the devil. But sooner or later, God's going to come back for the good. That's why we got to stay prayed up. Don't let nothing get in our way. Listening, getting dressed to go to the grocery store. Okay, sis. Yeah. Tell it. Yes, yeah. Sis, that young guy taught me something. How I watch my words, because words hurt people. Words does hurt people. You just don't know how many words are hurting people. You don't know what you're doing to people out here. You're really hurting their hearts when you're going around doing stuff to them. You don't know what kind of damage that's doing to them, sis. People do the most, and they don't know how that hurting them until that they find out that person had committed suicide. Like I said, the girl they were saying all that stuff about her bald-headed, dumb, and all this stuff. They don't know how much stuff hurt her. You don't know what hurt people, but you're still doing it. You just don't know people's story. That's what I'm trying to say. Know people's story. Stop trying to think you know somebody's story. Stop. This talk about God, but smoking and drinking on the... Frank, say it again. Yes. Smoking and drinking and doing it all. But they... I don't know. Frank, you're talking about me. I'm just praying. Oh, sis, stop. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm about to get off at 9 o'clock. It's going on 9 o'clock, guys. Young ladies. Oh, no, Frank, she was just playing with you. Young ladies and young men, thank you guys for coming on. I am coming back on this afternoon. So if you guys want to join me later, Frank, you so silly. If you guys want to join me later, make sure you do so. Because you so crazy, Frank. I am coming back on later on. And I forgot my subject, what I'm talking about this afternoon. Is going to be, what is it called? What is it called? Well, I forgot what what is it called? Later on, my subject going to be on, I'm not sure what time, but usually we have fun in the afternoon. Like my subject going to be about what do people notice the most about you. It's just more fun in the afternoon. Oh, you enjoyed your, so am I. It's going to be like in the afternoon. I try to make it a little fun because my time is mostly morning. I don't do afternoon live stream, being that I'm not working right now in the afternoon. So I just come in the afternoon and do what I got to do in the afternoon. Probably around maybe 2, if I'm like 2, and we're going to talk about what do people notice most about you. It's a lot of things. So you guys think about what people notice most about you. Good topic today. Thank you. Yeah, you think, okay, thank you so much too, sis. So you guys think you'll like that topic later? What do people notice the most about you? It's just a fun topic later on in the afternoon. Just something like somebody might notice your hair. Somebody might notice the way you dress, the way you look. Something somebody noticed about you. So we're going to do that later on today, Frank. But you guys have an awesome afternoon. It's going to be around about 2. I'm hoping you guys can join me. If not, later, maybe 2. If it's not 2, maybe 4. It depends. Between 2 and 4, I'll be on live stream. So just be looking out for me. But you guys have an awesome morning. And thanks for coming in. And you guys always remember to stay humble. Always smile every day, no matter what's going on. Just continue on smiling. Continue on loving God. Continue on loving one another. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.